Welcome everybody to episode 12 of Bombcast. I am your host, dkdynamite, and we are joined today by the wonderful Revivedgamer. How you doing, my friend?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. And we have our co-host, Fajardi. What's going on?
It's going good, but something I gotta say is that our face cam
I
boxes
just realized that. I just realized that. Can I just swap you on Discord? I just realized that. Can I move you up here?
But
That's very strange.
I'm doing good. I will have my face cam on in a few minutes, and I'm just gonna get my Invisalign back in, and then
yeah. Hey, no problem. You guys might just be swapped today. I don't know how that happened, but I will try to figure out how to fix that as we go along. But I think a good reason we started this podcast is for weeks like this. I mean, so much happened this week, which got covered in videos pretty well, but I will also go ahead and say there's a lot of other things that are definitely worth its own podcast. I mean, I think Jason Blundell is one of those things. I brought up briefly yesterday. We have some Vanguard information, some Battlefield cringe, some Zombies cringe, quite a bit that I think is best saved for a rant and a podcast tonight. Yeah, Fajardi's looking different, right? The chat noticed.
Yeah, when I get back, we gotta fix that because people are gonna think I'm revived.
I actually have no. That's never happened. Yeah, that's literally never happened. I will say though, Discord has been acting very strange lately. But yeah, we'll try to figure out what's going on as we go. I think first and foremost though, season 4 marketing at least was something that I didn't expect too heavily this week, but I'm happy with what we did get. I mean, gameplay trailer during Summer Games Fest, intro cutscene. We got plenty of little teasers over on Treyarch's Twitter. I mean, I was expecting a lot of it to go live this Monday, but Monday is still going to be the blog post going over everything and the roadmap. So if you guys, for some reason, aren't satisfied with what got confirmed, just know that we do have quite a bit to look forward to with this Monday's reveal. First off, Revived, how have you felt about the first 3 seasons, though, of Cold War? Have they met your expectations? Did you want more? I mean, what are you feeling as we go into a new season next week?
I would say that overall, for someone that plays all of the game, the seasons have been pretty good. I play all of the game. I play Warzone. I play multiplayer. I play Zombies. For someone that plays all the modes, I like it. I am not too mad with the seasons itself for the whole game. So.
Nice. I would definitely say season 4 to me seems like the one season, if you guys haven't liked the previous ones, that is going to offer an equal amount of content in all modes, which is insane. Yeah, Thursday can't come sooner. I agree with that. Zai over in chat. Today we're also going to try something a bit different later in the podcast. There are quite a few TikToks that I think you guys may have seen online, or maybe you haven't. They do have some pretty huge misleading information in them about upcoming content in Black Ops Cold War. So quite a bit to go through today. But I guess let's start with Treyarch's Twitter, because today, they unexpectedly dropped quite a bit of minor marketing that you guys may find interesting. First off, their profile picture. I mean, when I first saw this, I immediately, for some reason, thought double tap, but it's not. It's one in the chamber. Fajardi's like, wait a second, did you just wake up? Because that doesn't make sense. And yeah, he was right. You know, my brain wasn't working for a second. It's not double tap. It is one in the chamber, a new party game dropping over in Cold War multiplayer. One thing I wanted to mention about this is that I saw a comment recently that I felt kind of hit home a little bit. You know, with every Call of Duty that drops, we kind of have a reset, where let's say Black Ops 4 ended with X amount of modes. Cold War then doesn't launch with those same modes. They kind of sporadically drop them throughout the year. So I think a good example is the party games, right? We usually see all the party games added towards the end of a Black Ops game cycle. But in Cold War, we kind of launched without any of them. And little by little, we've seen a couple of them added every season. So do you think it's smart that they sporadically drop some of them just to make sure the game stays fresh? Or do you think a game should launch with every party game at once, just so we're kind of on the same page as we were with Treyarch's previous entry? What do you think about that one?
I would say that I think it's not a bad thing that they do, drops like that, because it keeps the game a little bit more fresh. And I'm someone that loves playing like gun game, and I love when they drop that and they put it in and they rotate it out after. I think it's a smart thing, to be honest. It keeps it fresh, and it keeps the game nice and alive throughout the cycle. Fair
enough. Yeah, I think I'm kind of I'm on the fence of saying, yeah, let's just sporadically drop them to keep the game healthy over a couple of updates, a couple of seasons. But at the same time, I'm like, well, shouldn't have to wait that long for one in the chamber, infected, maybe sharpshooter. But I think it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation. It's like they dropped everything at launch or during one season alone, then people will be a little more needy for content not too far after that. I believe, understand how to fix this Discord issue. How about both you guys leave this Discord and Fajardi join first, and then Revive join back. So join join waiting room, or I can actually move you. I can move you like this. Let me definitely fix that. So if somebody joins, they're like, wait, what's going on here? All right, let me move him back in. Let's see if that fixes our face cam issue. Yes, it did. Okay, that was strange. Enough. Revive's face cam turned off though, but oh, wait a second, that's not right either, huh? I think Fajard, turn your camera on for a second. I don't know if he's AFK or not. when Revive joined, I swapped them. That's so weird. It wasn't like that before we started. When he comes back, we'll deal with this again. I lost Revive now. Here he is. What a technical issue, chat. I don't know how that happened, but I will fix it now. There we go. Yeah, it's probably going to swap them again. Once they both get their face cams on, we'll go ahead and fix that again. The next teaser we ended up getting, I think, was pretty interesting, which I want to go over in a video as well. The prologue to our next round-based zombies map begins on June 17th. So I hope people read the wording of this. So the prologue to the next round-based map is on June 17th. The prologue standing for the second Outbreak quest. People read this and believed that this meant Berlin drops on June 17th. And I'm like, no, I don't know if this is as bad as when people said R meant Richthofen, not Ravenov. Yeah, the losing brain cell section, Lou in chat, we're going to go over later on in this podcast. I have quite a bit to talk about with that one. Revive, you still with us? Okay, I think he's there. I think I heard you for a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, your face cam turned off, by the way. Yeah, I think I fixed that issue, but
Let me see.
when Fajardi puts his face cam on, I think it'll fix everything. Oh, now I put me below. Okay, something's very wrong with Discord today.
What? How about once he puts his webcam on?
Yeah, we'll leave it like that for now. Some serious
Yeah.
technical issue with Discord today. Not sure what happened.
Yeah. Discord's being cringe.
But yeah, it's like I brought up in a video before. I was like, wait a second. You know, Noah J put a tweet out one time about how R stood for Richthofen, and he was joking. Like, nothing wrong with him joking about it. And I mentioned in a video very specifically, I was like, here's why this joke isn't necessarily a positive for the community, because people already have an issue moving past the nostalgia and just accepting a new story with new characters. So the joke kind of fueled that. And I mentioned in the video briefly, out of pure respect for Noah, I know he was joking, but people out there started taking it the wrong way, saying that I was hating on Noah, that I was saying that Noah couldn't joke about it. I'm like, no, man, that's not what I meant at all. But it's like, it's hard to transition to a new story with new characters when people are still stuck on the past. It's kind of what I was going for. But I think somebody had pointed out Charlie Intel maybe even fell for this prologue wording in Eric's tweet today. See if I can find that tweet still. I don't think they misinterpreted this, but people interpreted their tweet as, oh, Berlin's dropping so soon. They put new round-based map W. I don't know if that's what they meant, though. Maybe they just meant, yeah, W, new round-based map is dropping. People actually took that as Berlin is dropping on June 17th, which isn't the case at all. And we then got a Zoo teaser, which looks fantastic. I'll go ahead and put that on screen for you guys. And if you guys are listening to this on an audio platform, you can check this out on Treyarch's Twitter. So Zoo is the next region over an Outbreak, but something I see being said now is that Outbreak isn't a proper DLC 2. It doesn't really represent the DLC 2, but let's clear something up real quickly now. DLC 3s from every previous Black Ops game have dropped at around this time, or I should say at around end of June, early July. Let's think back to Shangri-La. Let's think back to, Buried, then Gorod Krovi. What am I missing here? Black Ops 4 was Alpha Omega. And now we're going to look at probably a somewhat July release date for Berlin. So explain to me why the DLC schedule seems off for some people. They just, I guess, made it seem different with dropping Outbreak February 25th, whatever it was. And then now we're going to be getting, Berlin towards some point in July as well. I mean, it's the same system. I mean, what do you think about that, Revive? What do you think about this different schedule this year? Do you like it, or is it a bit too long to wait 160 days for the next round-based map? What are you thinking?
Well, what I think was what happened with this year is that people simply just don't really accept Outbreak. To be honest, they just don't accept it as a mode, even though it's gotten a lot of updates. I think that's what a lot of people just don't like it that much. They don't in their mind. They're like, well, this doesn't really count because it's not something I enjoy and it's not something that I play. So why am I going to count it? And it's kind of different to how it's been in the past because of the 4 DLCs, but now it's sort of different. Like, people don't realize that we're not getting maps every, a certain amount of time because it's promised. It's different how it is now.
Right.
But people now, they just they look at Outbreak and they're not really interested in it, and they don't play it. They say it's not fun and playable to some people, and they just take that out of their mind, and then they go, okay, well, we haven't gotten a map since February 4th, which has been, more than 4 months from now. So people look at it like that, and that's why a lot of people are very negative, and their mindset changes because of their perspective.
Right. And I see comments that are like, oh, 4 months without a map, this map better be good. And then here's what the problem I see with this one. It's like, oh, well, expectations might be a bit too high for Berlin once it does drop. So can Treyarch even do anything in this Berlin map to excite people who have, quote unquote, been waiting 4 months for content? And that's the thing, right? Once all is said and done, which it's about to be done the next week, Outbreak, we turn all our camps to fix it. Okay, yeah, let's see.
Yeah, I'm back, but I didn't want to intervene.
Okay, yeah. Let's do that real quick.
My.
Okay.
On?
Okay, let's see. Yes, I think we fixed it. Jesus Christ. I don't know what happened in Discord today, man. Maybe because we didn't have our cameras on at the same time and just, I don't know, had a heart attack today. I don't know. Discord was weird. All right, now we're all good. And that's the thing. Once all is said and done in the next week, Outbreak will have how many world events? 2 main Easter eggs? How many regions? 6 or 7? I mean, can somebody sit there and tell me that all of that combined isn't the equivalent of a DLC 2? Let that be, what are DLC 2s? Not Call of the Dead. It's, Call of the Dead, Mob of the Dead, Ancient Evil. I'm missing one. Zetsubo no Shima. You're telling me that what Outbreak's about to have in the next week, all at once, isn't the equivalent of a DLC 2? That's why I'm like, yeah, it's different this year. There wasn't a contractual obligation to drop more maps at all, but they still are doing it. But you're still telling me that somehow Outbreak means nothing at the end of the day. It's like, that's my problem. You don't have to like the mode. We're not trying to force anybody to like the mode, but at least think logically about what a DLC 2 means this time around. And, maybe the extra time they had to make Berlin's to make the map that much better. So the fact they even teased it at all in the trailer the other day, I'm like, that blew my mind, because I predicted it slightly that Treyarch knows what the people want. They know what the community's been anticipating the most. So yeah, they're going to tease it for at least a couple of frames in the trailer, similar to the original Cold War Zombies reveal in, the multiplayer reveal last summer. They put like a couple of seconds of zombies in there. So Treyarch knows what we want. They know what the people are asking for, but I think people just need to do their part in just understanding Treyarch's approach to the game. I think that's even Black Ops 4's issue with the community, is that people didn't understand the approach to that game. It wasn't just to bring us a game that was better than Black Ops 3. My fingers are up, better than Black Ops 3. It was meant to introduce to a new storyline while ending a previous story. But, game development is tough. Treyarch going to move on to COD 2020. It wasn't exactly easy to pull off a game like Black Ops 4. So, I think that leads us to another point that we'll get to about Treyarch being stuck in this cycle of just not being able to fully develop and polish a game after 3 years of development. They've kind of been back and forth helping other studios, yada, yada, yada. But aside from Zoo, how are you guys feeling about seeing at least 2 to 3 more regions in Outbreak? Is that going to be too many, or should they kind of make a separate playlist at some point for some of these regions? What do you think?
I definitely think one thing people tend to forget is that we haven't gotten a new round-based map since Outbreak released, obviously, right?
Right.
So when Berlin drops, we're most likely going to be getting the Wonder Weapon in Outbreak, the mini boss in Outbreak. Sorry, I have a mint in my mouth. That's why I'm lisping a little bit.
No, you're good.
But they're going to be adding all these extra things that people are not really thinking about right now. Like I said, like Wonder Weapon being added, because it seems like that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be just throwing this huge mosh pit of everything in Outbreak, and 2-3 more regions. You're going to be looking at a highly replayable mode by the time the life cycle is over for Black Ops Cold War.
And that's the thing too, is the arguments I see about quote unquote lack of content in Black Ops Cold War, at least. It's like, my questions to people that complain about it is, all right, you may not like the game. I respect that. But do you not play any other game aside from Call of Duty? Do you only play one mode in the Call of Duty? Like, how is it that no matter what they add, it's not good enough? I mean, that's just the common argument I see every single year. It's like, what could they do at this point? But another good point is with the Season 4 intro now, which dropped earlier this morning. I'm blown away by it, by the way. You were mentioning this a little bit off screen, Jardy. You're like, what's up with Adler? How he kind of got saved from the Verdansk hospital, is immediately back in the field, though. What's up with Sus Adler now? That's something that's really spicy for this season.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense how someone was clearly captured by enemy lines. They were at Apocalypse, so they saw he was being tortured. So I don't know how no one could have connected the dots that maybe this guy could have been, messed with a little bit in the head. But no,
yeah.
He's just right back on the field, leading teams, by the way. Because if you
leading teams,
he's like clean this up. And I don't know. I think that's very. I mean, obviously they have to do it to for the story to progress, but it just seems a little bit. Weird. Which I'm completely fine with. I love seeing Sus Adler.
Yeah, I feel like some gap is missing in between the season 3 outro, season 4 intro. How does it feel about the intro, Revived? Are you hyped? Do you care about these villains they're introducing? Do you feel more connected to them? I mean, what's up with these intros going on?
I saw the intro today, and it was pretty cool. I like the I do feel a sense of like the story is actually getting like starting to move now with
Yep.
the Adler and stuff like that. It's finally getting to show, and there's only 2 seasons left after this one, so it'll be good to see how it
Right.
ends. But it feels like things are kicking off now with that story, and I'm definitely a lot more invested this year than I was last year.
Bro, I remember your
Uh,
tweets last year, Revived. I don't know if you remember this.
yeah,
Every time they didn't reveal Call of Duty on like a Monday, like we were waiting for the Black Ops Cold to reveal. Every single week you would tweet, you're like, bro, what's going on? And every Monday or every Thursday of last
yeah,
year, you were like, where's our reveal at, man? I'm losing hope here at this point.
yeah.
You were down bad sick last year, man, without this reveal.
It
I
was just yeah, it was bad.
I
I just was
yeah.
not interested in Modern Warfare, like just
Eh,
the story.
I feel you, man.
So
I'm like, right when I got invested so deeply into the Black Ops Cold War campaign, I'm like, this is gonna be a great year, man. The story's that rich. How can they expand on this over the next couple of seasons? I knew right away I was gonna be hyped as hell. But dude, we want to talk about down bad. Last year, I mean, I can't even tell you where the hell I was last year. I can't even remember when they would drop blog posts, the new intros for the season. I don't think I even paid attention. I just didn't
yeah.
care. I mean,
Um,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I think last year the only time I even looked at things was they had intel drops in Warzone. And I
Yes.
only cared because I cared of like what they said about Cold War because like they were teasing Cold War, and I'm like, okay, I like don't care about this. I just want to see what it is because they dragged on that. I think they dragged on that season a lot with the post launch like seasons and the in terms of the story. There was some of the trailers had very little substance. I think with the
Yeah.
actual seasons, they didn't have a lot to them, which I feel like these have a lot more substance because the whole game is centered around this huge story and this huge universe
And,
that
yeah, and on top of
is
that, this
defined.
game is kind of has I want to say multiple stories going at once that are all intertwined and just bleeding over into each other every now and again. Campaign, multiplayer, zombies, Warzone, everything's just intertwined and being connected so well. But to build off your point with last year, I'm like, am I crazier than most of the intel last year? Just copy paste the intel that was already in Spec Ops because people didn't play Spec Ops, so they were just re-releasing it in Warzone. So I'm like, how do I get interested in this? And then we had some weird teasers for like Woods over in the Gulag, which never got followed up on. So I'm like, explain to me how last year I was supposed to be invested in anything that was going on, and it just wasn't it, bro.
Something I'd like to bring up. I mean, for me personally, like I would still I didn't like play a lot of the stuff, but I still like kept up with the story that was going on, and I can't even tell you what that story was.
I
Like
literally
what was
can't.
going on with the story.
Right.
The
Yeah, there
shadow
was
group
no.
or whatever it's
Yeah,
called. Like no idea.
I can't say there wasn't a story, but I didn't have a reason to
Yeah.
care. Content was so difficult last year that this year, I mean, this is just me, chat. You could disagree with this. This year for me is like heaven for Call of Duty content. I feel like I feel like there's always more I could be doing, as if I'm not covering enough. Whereas last year I'm like struggling to find what to talk about. So that's why I brought this up in a tweet recently, which we'll touch on later as well. I'm scared for the Vanguard transition to Call of Duty content because the interest is already pretty negative, very low for no reason at all. The game's not even revealed yet. People were deciding that one unrevealed game, Battlefield, is going to be better than an unrevealed Call of Duty because of a rumor about a World War II era that also isn't confirmed. So I'm almost like I'm seeing like just the view count across any channel on YouTube that covers Vanguard or talks about it, and people are very negative about it. So I'm worried to have to put down Cold War for whatever Sledgehammer's offering. But I think once the reveal comes around, people will be a little bit more interested, and we'll see a more positive take on the game for the YouTube scene. Go ahead, though.
Something I'd like to bring up about the operators with compared to Modern Warfare and Black Ops Cold War is just like every single operator they've added in Black Ops Cold War has a purpose. Like they're connected to the story.
Right.
I mean, I've even done research on this. I can't figure out the story adding Mara to Modern Warfare. Besides, like I don't like.
Yeah.
I read her backstory and it was like, oh, she ever since she was young, she's been in the military. I was like, okay,
One sentence. One sentence.
that's literally what it was. But
Yeah.
for Stitch, for Naga, for Wraith, for everyone they've
Yeah.
added, it's been actually woven into the story. So
Yeah, am I a Treyarch fanboy, or did I get the chills today when I watched this intro when Deathstalker's carrying the scientist, holding him, and like, I mean,
Jackal.
intimidating, dude. Like, intimidating. I think this is gonna be the second best villain in Cold War right now. That Deathstalker, whatever his name is.
His name was confirmed to be Jackal.
Is it confirmed? Oh, so maybe
Yeah.
they changed the data mine names. Who cares? So, yeah.
Well, that's just usually the file names have different names for the
Got it,
actual
got it.
operators,
Yeah,
like
'cause
not a serpent in the files.
Got it. That makes more sense. Yeah, because I remember I heard leaked Deathstalker, Komodo, and Quicksand. Somebody's like, these are G.I. Joe ass names, man. What's going on with these operator names? I'm like, yeah, I'm glad that they were just little placeholder references to them in the files. That's fine. Jackal, that's a cool ass name. I mean, Stitch is such a great villain. I mean, I saw comments today saying this, and I couldn't agree more. We want Stitch to win because this could set up a great sequel to Black Ops Cold War. We want to see this a fuck up all over the world. I mean, that. And I also think with this numbers program, the brainwashing, it's something that people wanted to see more of after Black Ops 1, which you didn't really get in Black Ops 2. Kind of got in Black Ops Cold War's campaign, but they can do so much more than that. And it's like I predicted before, I think the Cold War sequel, if there is one, will take place kind of filling in some gaps in the past era of Black Ops 2. Not erasing Black Ops 2's canon, that's also possible, but maybe filling a lot of loose ends with the past era of Black Ops 2, like where did Mason go for those 30 years, blah, blah, blah. If they want to tie in Task Force 141 with Modern Warfare, so much they can do with that. But before I forget, in this intro, people pointed out the dam is visible in Verdansk, and we're like, wait, what? I think it's just a mistake. I think when they're making the cinematic for this months ago, they didn't decide if dam was going to still be in Verdansk 84 or was it going to be this summit that's there now. So to answer everybody's question who's confused, I'm pretty sure it was just like a cinematic error. We see these all the time in Call of Duty where, you know, they probably storyboarded something and then they made changes gameplay wise after the fact, then boom, we get this little plot hole, I guess you could say, a little continuity error. It's not a big deal at all. I don't think they're replacing someone with the dam. That would be foolish of them.
Yeah.
But overall, cutscene was fantastic. You say something else?
So interesting too about the future, like the seasons of Cold War is, what I love about Treyarch is how they do their characters and their storytelling. And what I think would be interesting is with Adler obviously being brainwashed now, like I wonder if that sets up a return for Mason. And what I would love in stories, what I love in stories is when they don't make their characters be dumb for that long and play dumb, when they actually self-realize, hey, there's something up with him. There's something up, and I think Mason's the type of guy to go, hey, there's something up with him,
Right.
and we gotta figure out what it is. Like he's got to be self-aware of what's his actions are, because obviously Mason went through that same process. It'd be interesting to see what happens.
That's why I said once Adler turns on us or we find out that something's wrong with him, I think that is a perfect opportunity to see Mason as an operator. I said this before. I'm like, if you look at the Black Ops 2 canon, the game opens up where Mason's taking care of David, his son, and during that, Hudson comes to pick him up because Woods was captured in Angola. So my question is, maybe Mason comes out from retirement briefly, kills Adler or deals with this Adler brainwashing situation, goes back to retirement, and then Woods is on his own with his crew and then gets captured by Menendez unexpectedly. That's how they can explain how this still works in the Black Ops 2 timeline. That's if they're keeping that game canon. I think they are. But I also mentioned before, I'm like, Kravchenko being in the Dark Ether story probably means nothing's going to happen to him in Zombies in terms of him getting killed or captured or something. He's somehow going to exit this Dark Ether story and end up in, what was it, Afghanistan, where he was? In
Middle East, yep.
Yeah, in the Middle East. So that's the thing. If Kravchenko dies in a Dark Ether story for whatever reason, Black Ops 2 is immediately thrown out the window. It's not canon anymore. But if Activision comes out and says, hey, we have different canons, different timelines, I think that'll also help so that none of these stories are kind of held down by the other, if that makes sense. You know, no hands being tied here. If they want to write the story in this direction, that direction, they can do that. I think season 5 or 6 will kind of be when we really understand what the canon really is at this point and what they're going for here. If they're going to merge this with Black Ops 2 or, you know, yada, yada, yada. Let's talk about the gameplay. The gameplay trailer during the Summer Games Fest. Before we talk about the actual gameplay, though, I want to mention, I saw comments that are like, oh, it was underwhelming. They didn't show enough. I'm like, people forget this was a Summer Games Fest with a Call of Duty panel, not a Call of Duty stream all about Season 4. It reminds me of, what was it, the Investors Call a couple weeks ago, where somebody's like, they're talking so much about money. I want to hear about Berlin. I'm like, this isn't a Zombies live stream. This is an Investors Call with Activision, $1 million shareholders that are talking about the whole franchise, and there are other non-Call of Duty games too.
Yeah, and another thing is too is how they set up those panels is you have a specific time for the panel. You're getting told, hey, you have this much time for this panel during this event. They don't have a limited time. It's not something where it's their event. And people were saying, I know a lot of people that played Zombies were saying that, man, what the hell? We got like 7 seconds of footage. And I'm like, what did you expect? This is not a zombie. Like, if it said Call of Duty Zombies panel, then okay, but it's it's the Cold War and Warzone panel. The trailer's not gonna be 5 minutes long when they only had a certain amount of time set up.
Yeah.
It's like I get why people were want to see it, right? Want to see more about the map, but it's also it's a teaser clip. It's not like it's a full reveal for the map. And people were saying it's a teaser. It's supposed to be a few seconds. Like that's like saying back in BO3 when they did the first gameplay with the campaign and multiplayer, and at the end they teased the giant. Like, oh my god, why didn't they show more? Like it's supposed to be a teaser. It's not the full map reveal.
Right.
Like,
and don't forget, we weren't promised any of that either. I said this a week ago. I said if they show Berlin in this Summer Games Fest premiere, I'll be shocked. But at the very least, it's just going to be multiplayer Warzone. What's selling the most right now? Maybe a couple seconds of Outbreak, and we got all of that plus the Berlin teaser. So I'm like, instead of being grateful for what they gave us out of nowhere, people are complaining about it. So I'm like, bro. On top of that, either way, I'm like, all right. When it comes to the maps we're getting in this season, they renamed Dunes to Collateral. Dunes is a map that we talked about. Dude, we talked about this, I think, in December, bro. There is gameplay leaked out of Dunes and a map called Echelon, both of which fit the theme of the season perfectly. Dunes is in Angola, Africa, probably close to satellite somewhere, and now it's been renamed to Collateral. Cool, no problem with that at all. It's for both 6v6 and 12v12, so correct me if I'm wrong, we haven't got a new combined arms map in a long time. What was the last one they added?
Well, the last one was Miami, but that wasn't even new. That was just them putting Miami into the playlist.
Are there what vehicles are on Miami, by the way? What are the bikes? What do they even do?
I don't think there is vehicles.
Because all combined arms maps have vehicles. So I'm like, what are they? I'm kind of confused.
I don't think they have vehicles in Miami. Unless I'm wrong, but
yeah, I when I was playing it, I didn't see any, or at least I didn't use any. But I know there are some on like Crossroads and stuff like that.
Miami works pretty well in combined arms. When I've played it a few times, it actually flows well, just because there's a lot more chaos. But
yeah. And by the way, we still don't have any support for Onslaught in the map Armada. I'm curious if we're going to see that at some point in the future.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's a map that hasn't gotten enough love. Armada Strike plays well when there's no snipers, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, yeah.
What people tend to forget, again, is that the minute trailer we got is not like the roadmap. It's not everything we're getting in the entire season.
Right.
Those are just the main big points that make everyone go like, ooh. I'm getting hyped for this now, but when the roadmap drops, we're going to see so much more stuff, especially for zombies. Because if you're talking about zombies, like, oh, just Outbreak and this, now the roadmap's going to have a lot more stuff.
I'm still curious if all the content that was shown yesterday is day one content. People were like, oh, it's hijacked mid-season. I'm like, honestly, we talked about Echelon, a map that there's gameplay of the map already. Check my description chat in my previous video. There's leaked gameplay everywhere of this map. Echelon's been done for months, fits the theme of the season perfectly. So I'm guessing that map's being saved for mid-season. Maybe the season 4 outro cutscene will tie into this other multiplayer map, but we usually see the remaster dropped mid-season, not at the beginning. I know we got raid during season 1, but season 1 Reloaded brought us Express. Season 2 Reloaded brought us, which remaster was it? I'm blanking here. Season 3 Reloaded brought us Standoff at least. So I would say I think all the content we saw yesterday is day one, but hey, they might save hijack something for mid-season. You never know. But we gotta wait for this Monday for the blog post and roadmap to know that for sure. We then got Amsterdam for 2v2 gunfight. I mean, I'm excited for that. That looks incredible. The gameplay's gonna be real diverse with that one. Being outside and whatnot, I can see some quick snipes happening in that experience. Looking forward to that map being added to the gunfight tournament rotation as well. What about the hand cannon annihilator, man? What's up? People are gonna be pissed off with how you get nukes now. It's gonna be 7 kills with your gun, hand cannon, war machine, death machine, or something. Watch, people are gonna be running that quick nukes, bro.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
I love the hand cannon. That was one of my favorite to use in BO4,
right?
BO3. I just love the, when you get a kill and just go on like a 5-6 kill streak.
Right.
It's great. And people complain about like the nukes, but honestly, man, it's just have fun.
Who cares, man? Yeah,
who cares?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, look at the nuke they added with Die Hardpoint. You had to get gun kills to get the actual nuke streak, and you couldn't use War Machine, Death Machine, none of that to get an actual nuke. Nuclear, sure, but the nuke itself, you had to be all gun kills, about 20 something, 23 or something. Yeah. So I'm like, there you go. If you want to show some skill, get an actual nuke, which I want to go for maybe one more before they get rid of Die Hardpoint. And then nail guns coming back. I mean, there's some really exciting content coming with the season. That's why I'm saying I saw some comments that are like, oh, Warzone's not getting much. I'm like, can you wait for the roadmap, please, before judging this? Because Season 3 Reloaded just brought us Nakatomi Plaza to Verdansk. That's huge, bro. That building is huge. There's a lot of content that just dropped in Warzone, so excuse them if they want to add in more to multiplayer and zombies this season. Jesus Christ, man. It's like, what is the problem?
And also the rumor of what's coming next. Like, I don't know how you can complain. Like,
dude,
with what's coming. So I don't.
Like I said, we're in Wonderland, bro. Look back at the content for like Black Ops 4, 3, 2. You're waiting 3+ months for one map pack. No, there's no bullshit battle passes, intro cinematics. Look where we're at right now. We're in heaven. That's why I said one day, and this might, I hope it doesn't happen, but one day they might get rid of this system where they're doing the seasons, the cutscenes, all this extra budget going into it. They may go back to just the laziest model ever with a season pass or whatnot. People are going to be begging for this model to come back, the one we have right now in Cold War. Look at, we're spoiled right now with this. Look at how much shit's coming. It's crazy.
Yeah, speaking of that, it's like for instance, I was playing Black Ops 4 on PC, and like I had to buy the game, and I was like, okay, I bought the game, but now I have to buy all these DLCs just to play most of this content that's in the
that are
game.
still full price, by the way.
And they're full price, by the way, right now. They barely go on sale, like twice or 3 times a year they go on sale. But it's like you go back to all these games, and you buy these games multiple times, you play on different platforms, and you end up spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on one single game. When now it's like you just buy the copy of the game, you get everything. You get and yeah, sure. Like I feel like COD now is more of a game where you're kind of benefiting from going back and play these games because you get to see how much content there really is.
Yeah,
there's so much.
It's always the same argument though. It's either one of 3 things: not enough 6v6 maps, not enough round-based maps, or skill-based matchmaking. It's like either one of those 3 are equally as poisonous on the internet right now. It's like, oh, if they drop 10 6v6 maps this season, somebody I guarantee you would still say, oh, who cares? I don't care how good the maps are. SPMM ruined the game for me. Hoax, by the way, because it's like SPMM is in every Call of Duty, is more severe and it's stronger in Modern Warfare. It exists in Cold War too, don't get me wrong. But to say that SPMM prevents you from playing, like, you're just looking for excuses at this point. You're tired of Call of Duty. You found the easiest excuse possible to stop playing. That's all it is. It's not the content.
Scapegoat.
It's a scapegoat. I mean,
MJ's in chat, by the way.
MJ Crazer, the legend, Stitch himself. No, we were just talking about Stitch as well. Yeah, definitely gonna have MJ on a future episode of the podcast. 100%. We'll find a good schedule that works for him. Goddamn MJ. I mean, we were just saying how the new character Jackal might be as intimidating and equally as interesting as Stitch is, because Stitch is one of the, I think, better villains Call of Duty's ever done that I actually want to win. I want to see his plan succeed completely. I want this to tie into a Cold War sequel of some sort. Which is still, even if this game is still a prequel to Black Ops 2, they can still tell some story with these guys in like a filler Call of Duty game that takes place like throughout parts of Black Ops 2 as well. They could do a lot with that. Yeah, I've been loving the MJ and Damon Victor Allen beef over on Twitter as well. I'm gonna pull some up real quick.
That was so funny.
So funny. Let me pull some up.
We don't have that, dude. No, I've never seen that before. Just like that beef. It's so funny. It's just so funny to see.
When actors care so much about their characters, they know how much the community loves their characters. They just want to interact. Like this meme, by the way, I actually almost crashed my car earlier. I was laughing at this one. I saw this on my phone. POV HR emails back and says they investigated the matter and found no wrongdoing. I was like, MJ posted some memes earlier. I couldn't stop laughing at. I'm like, holy crap, these are some good ass memes. Yeah, I mean, MJ, the community, the hardcores at the most definitely care about this interaction you've been doing with Damon on Twitter. I mean, it's actually incredible to see when actors care so much about
great people too.
Oh,
great people.
Great people, man.
Yep.
Another good one here. Wears sunglasses inside, takes them off at high noon in the middle of the desert. I'm like, bro, Adler's sus, man. What's going on with Adler, dude?
He's too sussy. He's sussy.
Yeah, man. I'm just like, oh, dude. Today was yeah, I agree, MJ. Today was a busy day over on Twitter, and there's even more to come on Monday too with the roadmap blog post. I mean, it's like I said, I don't want this game to end, man. That's why I'm like, I just hope whatever Sledgehammer brings to the table is a banger. But if you told me you have 3 years of Cold War, I'll take it, dude. I'll seriously take it. I'm happy with this game. Oh, here's another one. We have destructible environments, 128 player matches, and fighter jets. We have hijacked. Little Avengers reference there. I mean, yeah, hijacked is seriously a fan favorite. I think it played extraordinarily well. I love that map.
I love that map so much.
You remember Black Ops 3's remaster? It's called Skyjacked. That was beautiful, man. I mean, we saw it in Blackout. I found it ironic that you could argue Black Ops 4 multiplayer was going to see Raid and Hijack added in because they were in Blackout already.
Yeah,
but they
I was
saved
going to
it.
say that.
Yeah, go ahead. No, they saved it for this game.
I was going to say that every single like remaster that was in the Blackout map is going to be coming to Cold War. And any in some way, shape, or form. Like
Yeah.
maybe I'd expect we would see firing range. I would want to see firing range. I think they would do it because it's a classic map, but I feel like they're just going to go with maps that haven't been remastered a lot before, and
Yeah,
just
I
throw them
agree.
back in.
I mean, there was a rumor that came out from some other insiders and leakers that were claiming that we're going to see at least 1 to 2 more Black Ops 2 remasters, but they are going to eventually bring some Black Ops 1 maps to the mix. Because I'm like, I mean, not only do those maps fit perfectly, but there's, I think
Drive-in?
every DLC map in Black Ops 1 multiplayer, aside from I think Stadium, has never gotten remastered a single time. Zoo, you can say, kinda, because it's coming to Fireteam and Outbreak, but I mean, there's a lot of juicer maps that people don't even know about. Because again, it's like Revive was saying, going back now to those DLC seasons or those DLC map packs, you got to pay full price for them. You have a split player base. Nobody's playing those games anymore. You're not going to be playing those maps at this point unless you go against bots. So many maps people deserve to see at some point that were just 10 out of 10s in Black Ops 1. Absolutely incredible. But here's a big part of the gameplay review now. We touched on it a bit already, but when it comes to Berlin, Fajardi, open up with the point you were making about people playing this map for like 3 days and moving on. Bring that up real quick. That's huge. That's huge.
So I've been peeking around the community, looking at what people have been saying, as probably most people have, and I've seen some people saying like, "Oh my God, we're finally getting a round based map. This is so awesome. This is so sick." And then I replied to somebody one of these times because I was just like, I was so fed up with seeing the same thing over and over again. It's not like an angry fed up. It was kind of just like really, dude type of fed up. And I said to this guy, I'm like, well, you're gonna play the map for 3 days and then say where's the next map. Like it doesn't matter. Like I don't know. It's really quite a disturbing thing that this is the state of the community where they'll pressure something so hard like Berlin, round base, and then when it drops, as soon as the cutscene gets found, boom, we're gone. Where's the next map? Where's the next update? Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
that's my spiel.
I
think
could.
that-
Oh, go ahead. No, go
yeah.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. But what I was gonna say was, I think something that people don't realize, and I think something that maybe could help in the future is like with COD, right? It's like you gotta have the mind. I feel like you have to have the mindset now. It's like when things come, when things will get here, they'll get here, right? They'll arrive. You can't pressure things because at the end of the day, you can't control how they push out maps. You can't control when something comes out. You can't do it. You can complain and scream to the heavens like, hey, bring us this now. It's like, but at the end of the day, it's not what you can control. And I think something going forward is that you can hope for the best, but you also got to just lay it down and be like, okay, well, when it happens, it happens. There's other games to play in the meantime. There's other things to do. You could try out something, and you don't have to pressure yourself to play something now. But yeah. I think it's a problem.
When you're talking about like praying for people to release, I just kept thinking about a joke where people would like do the same thing the Jason Blundell. I mean, we're gonna talk about him later on in the podcast.
Oh man, yeah.
Where it's like, oh, Jason Blundell, save us, like,
Dude. We'll talk about that later because we'll talk.
I could. Yeah, this is gonna be a long podcast, man.
That's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, but what I see happening, right, is I see Berlin being an absolutely just ridiculously cool map. One of the best since, you can argue, Der Eisendrache, Blood of the Dead, whatever people's favorite maps are. I see this map being crazy, dude. The fact they've used all this time since pre-Firebase Z reveal to make this map, and we're using a train to travel, that just tells me the map's going to be massive. It's going to be a city, worldwide outbreak kind of vibe to it. The public's going to see this Dark Ether explosion. I mean, this map has potential here. I got a little transit vibes from seeing the train. I'm like, oh, we're going to use this new way to travel, Shaolin Shuffle energy, be Tran from Shadows of Evil kind of vibe. The way we're going to be traveling around, the map's going to be huge. Give this map a chance, but it's like Fajardi said, once the cutscene's solved, once the side quests are revealed, I think within a week people are going to say, where's the next thing? We don't have enough maps. The map could be perfect. People will say, we don't have enough of this in the game. We need more of this. And
you know what?
Yeah.
You know what I would say is that with these maps, I think something that hopefully they do, and I think that just to please people a little bit more, is that obviously they can't push out maps obviously all the time because they take, and especially if they're taking time for these maps and they want to make them real quality maps. Something they can do is just add little things to the map, like game modes, right? Like add a mode here or there that people can go play on these maps. Maybe a new mode that's new that could at least bring some life to the maps, because Crank 2 is actually a pretty decent mode. not a lot of people are playing it right now.
Mhm.
But add more modes like that just to breathe life into it, and I think it'll be okay for a while people wait. But people are very impatient and they don't like waiting, which I get why. It's a long time to wait 4 months, but it's also a thing of if the map has quality, I think that time pays off. And dev time pays off with quality, and I think this map will
Right.
probably be quality.
And it's another thing too of like they labeled Outbreak as DLC 2 specifically because I think there's one more map after Berlin. So in total, there will be 4 round-based maps in Black Ops Cold War by the end of this game cycle, and then Outbreak is on its own 2 feet, still DLC 2, but really with lots of other unique content. We'll probably see another mode or two. I mean, it's like I said, no matter what, this would have been a sledgehammer year, by the way. This was a sledgehammer Call of Duty 2020.
Yep.
Call of Duty 2020. So at this point, right now in June, we would have maybe been getting some teasers for Treyarch's next game. It was just a bit reversed. I mean, what would people have wanted more though? That's my question. Kind of wait even longer since Black Ops 4 to get another Treyarch game, or have Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer drop their games and then get Treyarch 2021. It's like I don't know, man. I don't know what would have been better. People will say, "Oh, well, Treyarch would have had more time to make Cold War." It's like, but Cold War wasn't their game. Who knows what they were making before they stepped into this? Because they could have been making a whole different Black Ops entry or something else. Raven and Sledgehammer had this game going with Adler and this Cold War era experience. So Treyarch stepped into this, made everything work. Who knows what would have happened if they didn't do that? So I think we're genuinely really spoiled this year with the content we're getting and the expansions. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. But, one thing I wanted to bring up that you said off camera before we started, Revived, about when they dropped this map. Is it reloaded or pre-reloaded while people are away as EWC? How funny would that be?
Dude, that would be so funny to me. They just drop it like, "Hey guys, here's the map," and everyone's like, "What the fuck?" Like they're just not home to cover it. I think that'd be funny. That'd be so funny.
So, and when is EWC? Is June 20 what?
2
It's
weeks.
like 25th to the 27th around there. Like so, 2 weeks from now, 2.5 weeks.
Because
from now.
arguably Reloaded is going to be like, let me look at the calendar real quick. Probably like end of July, maybe mid-July. I don't know. Let me check some dates real quick. I want to check this out. Because usually we get Reloaded about a month and a week into a new season. So let's just guess July 15th or 22nd, 2021 for season 4 Reloaded.
There, yeah.
Maybe around there. And you look at that, that's still roughly around the same time you get a DLC 3 and a Treyarch title. So it still works. But if your theory is true, they could drop Berlin even before Reloaded. Maybe because season 1, remind me about season 1 had a mid-season update and a Reloaded. Season 1 was a bit longer than every season we've gotten after that. Season 2 and 3 were a bit shorter. Season 1 had like 2 mid-season updates, right? It had like what was left on the first roadmap, and then we had season 1 Reloaded with even more surprises. So season 4 could be that. I mean, I don't know if they have enough time for that, but what do you think about that?
I was just gonna say, someone in chat said, Jerry said, Firebase Z was finally. I'm sorry, I had to touch on this just for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Firebase Z was finally a great new zombies map that wasn't remastered. The thing I want to say to that is just, you cannot tell me that D Machine plays anything like Nocturne Totem. So
right.
It's not even the only similarity between D Machine and Nocturne Totem is the building in the center. Everything else is.
It's also
one room.
Yeah, it's also a matter of like, all right, Firebase borrowed elements of the Vietnam campaign mission in Cold War, and who cares? What Call of Duty hasn't done that? Which Call of Duty hasn't borrowed elements of campaign that aren't utilized that much and adapt them into multiplayer maps or zombies, whatever the hell it is? So another thing, Berlin might be the best map ever, and you'll see some comments. Oh, it's just brick in the wall from campaign. Really? Like, is that really a problem? Did you even like the people that say that? The people that also say
they even play campaign.
Yeah, the people that and the people that also say, oh, Outbreak is just zombies on the multiplayer maps. There's no atmosphere. Do you play Fireteam? Right? Like, do you? It's if you do, fine. Maybe you think that. But the Legion boss fight in Ruka, for example, am I thinking about Ruka Dirty Bomb or Ruka Elimination when doing that boss fight? Like, do I really think? Come on, dude. It's like it's nitpicking at this point. You're never gonna please these people. But I think the thing is, some people out there that may not believe COVID exists may also still say, oh, well, COVID's not an excuse. Everything's opening up now. But devs are still working at home. That's something people keep forgetting. Is they're at the studio. Where is Treyarch Studios? Didn't they closed down the studio? Have they relocated yet? We don't know. I don't even know. Sure. I think while they're working from home, they dropped Treyarch Studios and Activision's main headquarters. They moved from, I think it was some part in LA or something. So maybe Treyarch's next game they'll all be in the studio working on this. But today, for example, Chicago just opened up completely, mask or no mask, whatever. Today things just opened up, so Sledgehammer may have some time this summer to go back to the studio full time, work on their shit. They may be there right now, but people really do forget the circumstances in which this game was developed in. People just, I don't know. I mean, ask MJ, ask the voice actors who do our favorite characters in Cold War. They haven't gone to the studio to do anything. Damon did recently for I think that was his first time back in the studio for some. I mean, I'll pull up his tweet real quick. It's like things are just getting back to normal. So excuse the developers for pushing out a Call of Duty that is fantastic in my eyes, but was made under different circumstances. Here's the tweet.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Eric said something really based, by the way. We can talk about it after, but he said something really sick that we can get into.
You can go into now if you want. Feel free.
Oh, okay. So he said, Eric Maynard, great guy. I recommend you check out his channel.
We're going to talk about that
one
too.
One of the only people that's posting the best storyline stuff right now for Cold War. Anyway, he said, also making prediction in your chat, boys. I'm thinking they're hyping up Outbreak 2 as the Berlin prologue is because they'll prove that zombies in campaign aren't in the same timeline anymore. So that way, insane stuff can go down in Berlin.
Okay.
Like monumental events.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me. I mean,
I'll take Berlin from the campaign or the Berlin we saw in World at War. Just that whole broken, fucked up city in World at War. Make that a zombies map. I mean, Brick in the Wall is a beautiful Berlin as well. So possibilities are endless. I mean, the calling cards, which I've teased quite a bit to this point, have shown, a city being overtaken by giant monsters. Saw Samantha walking in the streets. I mean, calling cards and cosmetics have teased Berlin's going to be massive. But in regards to Eric, I've had a video plan for the past couple days. Have not had a chance to put it out yet because the other day we had Vanguard news to cover. Last night we had some other stuff. I'm probably going to post this tomorrow morning, but something I really want to advocate for is that Eric literally made a video about a week ago talking about what's going to happen in the Outbreak quest, the second quest that is. Half of that has already been confirmed today through marketing. We'll talk about the rest of that in the video I'm going to make. Everybody has to subscribe to Eric, man. I mean, if you guys want the best storyline coverage, I wish I had more time to cover story. I try it when I can, but Eric him and Cal have just unmatched content for story predictions, gathering evidence, just the best content possible. You guys have to check out if you guys care about the story. If anybody says there is no story or it's uninteresting, who's Valentina, redirect them to their channel, right? I saw people out there today saying, I saw a big content creator post, oh, my prediction came true about what's going to happen in the second Outbreak quest. I'm like, sure, you may have predicted that, sure. But people were replying to him saying, who are those characters? Do I need to care? It's like, bro, Eric and Cal have been talking about this for months. Like, seriously. When they were on the podcast, they predicted things that all came true in the first Outbreak quest as well, by the way. It was a crazy podcast we did a couple weeks ago. Go ahead, though.
I was going to say the funniest thing about that tweet you're talking about is that it was like, if you just read the intel, like, it's not a prediction. It just tells you. Right? All you got to do is read the intel.
Yeah.
Or it heavily alludes to it that's what you're going to be doing.
I mean, the first Outbreak quest, one of the steps is a projector that tells you what the hell is going on, and you're still going to tell me there's no story. It's like, let's take a look at you look at the gameplay trailer again. Weaver is seen in his outfit from Black Ops 1. What's the mission called? I think let me pull this up.
Executive Order.
Executive Order. I mean, and we'll talk about this in a video separately, but I believe there were quotes added. I saw somebody mention this somewhere on Twitter. Some quotes were added to Samantha, her operator, which then got shadow removed or something. So if dialogue's that much of a problem for people, just wait for this next zombie map to come out. I'm sure that dialogue's going to be huge with this experience, the second Outbreak quest. The fact we saw Weaver's a playable operator, though, in the gameplay trailer has me believing that he'll be able to interact with Sam at some point in his Berlin map or some. I mean, there's some significance to this for sure. Just adding him in now, of all seasons. I'm excited for that. Yeah, Executive Order from Black Ops 1. With that, I think to build out the dialogue argument is if people cared about dialogue and cutscenes so much that that's what they need to understand the story, then where were they in Black Ops 4, where Craig showed us a stack of papers this big? If you guys aren't watching this on YouTube, you're listening to this, I have my hands, trying to imitate a stack of papers this big, right? Craig Houston had that. Those were his quotes that he wrote for Primus and Ultimus and Alpha Omega, which to me is one of the better maps in terms of character interaction, story building, wrapping up loose ends. Powerful map, at least in my eyes, right? People didn't bat an eye at all to the dialogue in that map. Didn't care about the cutscenes because, they were animated cartoons. But now that we have a different form of storytelling, which goes back to the roots of how zombies works, it's a problem. I don't get that. I don't understand that argument. It's a literal flip-flop. It's embarrassing to look at, honestly. Another big point I made in a video recently is we may be getting beautiful cutscenes for this campaign multiplayer Warzone story going on, but zombies never needed that. We didn't start getting that heavily until Origins. How was the story told for 6 years from World at War to Black Ops 2? How did they do it? It was the same way they're doing it now, except now the intel's even more in your face. Like Fajardi said, it throws it in your face when you're doing world events in Outbreak or doing trials. It throws it at you. Whereas before, it was actually a little more hidden in like World at War to Black Ops 2, the radios and what. Now it's even more in your face, and it's not good enough. It's like, dude.
And you know what I have to say about people that don't want to do intel and don't want to do that? You don't have to do it. You know what? But something that I think in the past for zombies is a lot of the story, at least for me, a lot of it I found through YouTube videos.
Yeah.
If you guys don't like, going through all the intel and collecting it all, then just
Don't.
go on YouTube.
Just
Go
don't
on
do it.
YouTube
Yeah.
if you don't want to go. That's what back in Black Ops 3. I wouldn't go to find all these ciphers. I'd go on YouTube and look them up and see the ciphers people were finding because I didn't want to go do that. But that's what I still found the story interesting because I go on YouTube and there's people like Eric and Cal who do that, and you can easily go find all the information that way. You don't have to go and spend hours and hours doing intel. You can look through that way.
And Callum, we are going to talk about the toxic battlefield stands as well. I think that's equally as bad, if not worse, than the zombies cringe. But the thing with that too is like, even if they conveyed this story right now, all in cutscenes, no intel, no ciphers, if it was all cutscenes, I promise you, people will still be saying, "Oh, bring Rick Toffin, bring that." People will still want the old characters back, whatever. It's like, well, Alpha, Omega, and Tagger told me were kind of your last chances to appreciate those characters and appreciate the dialogue that went into, their maps and whatnot, and people didn't care. So you kind of miss your chance to care about that, man. You didn't take the farewell seriously when Treyarch posted that video last year with Nolan North and the cast saying goodbye. You didn't take it serious. You missed your chance, man. Go back and watch it now and appreciate it. But Treyarch has moved on from that and has made that very clear. They made that very clear. If anything, the cutscenes we've gotten for, I'll say this real quick. I'd rather have the cutscenes we're getting now for the campaign Warzone stuff than zombies. I feel like zombies is doing a great job still telling a story without them. Whereas campaign and Warzone, I love the cinematics we're getting. It feels like a campaign DLC every time we see that. That's the way I look at it. I'm cool with that. You guys disagree, and that's totally fine. But I think Revive, you were gonna say something, or is it Fajardi? Did I cut anybody off?
Yeah, I was gonna say something. I was gonna say that it seems like just the presence of the intel system we have it's what's triggering people because again, I think Eric actually might have said this as well. He said that it seems like people would rather jump into a zombies map and listen to the same 5 pieces of intel that you can play every single game instead of getting 141 intel that you find randomly through the entire map.
Yeah.
So that it seems like the presence alone of the system just gets people mad for some reason. I don't know why.
And by the way, spread across different modes, not just round based. We have Outbreak, you have Onslaught. Oh, PlayStation exclusive. People, I know another big point, man, is people don't understand the industry. And you don't have to be a rocket science, or you have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to go to college to know what I'm saying here. The whole PlayStation exclusivity thing, people haven't yet accepted that PlayStation is the best platform to play Call of Duty on if you care about exclusives. Oh, PC, blah, blah, blah. Sure, you maybe invest in a PC. You don't have to do that. But clearly, player base-wise, Activision chose the Sony route, and it's going to stay like that for the foreseeable future. It used to be Xbox. Maybe Xbox had a dominant player base back in the day. I believe it did. Black Ops 2 era and whatnot. But that changed after like Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3. So the business side of things isn't in Treyarch's control. Nobody that even probably works at Treyarch controls any of that. They don't even hear about that. Activision decides that. So, if I cover Onslaught or if I say Onslaught's a lot of content, don't get mad at me that it's not on Xbox and PC. I mean, it sucks. Don't get me wrong. I wish it wasn't like that. But I think somebody pointed this out in a comment recently. They're like, if all platforms had Onslaught, I believe you'd see less toxicity because people were arguing, oh, we need more round-based maps, we need more survival maps, no Easter eggs, just simple maps for gameplay. That's literally what Onslaught is. And Treyarch listened to that feedback in Black Ops 3 and 4 and put it in this game. It just happens to be that Activision said, hey, we're gonna block that behind PlayStation exclusivity. It's like you can like Xbox more, go for it, but PlayStation is more successful right now. That's just a literal fact. In terms of everything going on right now, PlayStation is more successful. It's like, if it wasn't the case, then yeah, you would see Xbox having the exclusivity or Battle.net if PC was that dominant. It's just not. So people have to move on from that. Go ahead.
I agree with everything you said there, which is just like that's how business works. So you can't really, Getting back on the topic of like story and stuff, or like out of all the times I've seen people say, "Oh, there's no story, the story sucks." if you ask them to why does the story suck, they can't give you a reason, like an actual logical reason that's not Intel, and that's not like our Intel or no premise, no zombies, no 115. It's just
I feel like as the story has matured, we've matured as people, but there's people out there that really want to go back to 2015, 2016, and it's like we talked about before in extensive detail. They don't miss the old story or the old gameplay as much as they miss just being a kid, where they didn't have responsibility of being an adult because everybody's grown up on it. Everybody's aged since Black Ops 3. People miss when their mom brought them little pizzas and fucking hot pockets while they were playing Horizon Direct. People miss that, and that's fine. But it's like a coping mechanism. They're using the content in the game or the story as a way to talk about that. They're like, oh, well, the game just sucks. Stories. It's like, it's not the game. You can dislike it all you want. Just stop pretending like we've gotten more back then than we are getting now. It's like, come on, dude. But again,
someone said something really funny in chat that we were actually talking about yesterday too. The same people probably can't even tell the original story with Ether. Like, where do you?
It's like, I'll say this, right? Eric and Cal, who were on the podcast recently, guys, in case you haven't seen that episode, check it out when you can. They wrote the script for TGR and I to make a full storyline video from World at War to Black Ops 4, even with a pinch of Cold War teasers in there. We posted it on my birthday, October 14th, a couple months ago. Great video. It took TGR and I a long time to record and edit that video. We're proud of it. But after looking back at it, and this isn't anybody's fault, by the way, it is very overwhelming. No matter how many times you watch it, it's a lot of shit. So for Treyarch to say, let's put that aside and start fresh so that new players can actually enter this story and understand it, I fully agree with that. Because, it's so crazy to look back at the old story with all the connections, campaign, multiverse. It is a lot. Some people get it, some people don't. That's fine, but people complaining about the story right now, like you said, probably wouldn't know where to start with that one. That was some tough shit to talk about back then. It's a crazy story. So that's one big point there, but I also think it's like we said earlier, no matter how good the map is, the story, whatever, I think even if the map's perfect with a great cutscene or great boss, people are going to say, oh, we needed more of this months ago. But you wouldn't have that if they didn't have time to make it, right? Because I see, you know what it reminds me of perfectly? You guys probably understand what I'm saying here. It reminds me perfectly of when people say, oh, Activision never listens to what era we want the new Call of Duty in. We don't want a World War II, we want a future game. Do you not know how long it takes to make a game, though? I think people forget that. It's like, if they come out with a jetpack Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, that's kind of where Activision saw the community wanted to go, because Ghost was the last traditional boots on the ground COD before this jetpack era, right? People were so tired of that. They didn't want boots on the ground. They said it's COD's copy-paste every year, so they tried something different. But as you realize, it was 3 CODs in a row that had jetpacks because Activision kind of set it all up. Like, oh yeah, all our devs got to do that. We're going to change the COD series up a bit. But then by the time Black Ops 3 ended, Infinite Warfare got revealed. They're like, oh, we don't want jetpacks. We want World War II. We want classic boots on the ground. It takes time to get those games out, 2-3 years minimum. So it's like, oh, nobody wants Vanguard. Nobody wants World War II. All right, you want jetpacks? Everyone's like, oh, Advanced Warfare 2. It's going to take them till like 2024 to make that happen. So you better be wanting that in about 3 years if that's what you want. You know what I mean? It leads to the next topic of Vanguard. Before we get to that, any other things that you wanted to brush up on for zombies or anything we missed about Berlin, if you want to?
I would say the last thing I wanted to talk about with that is more of just like with the story. I've seen people that, aren't very interested right now, and they tell me that they're not interested because it just doesn't intrigue them. There's not a lot of interest to it. I would say this to them is like, yeah, I'm not like the most like hyped guy ever for the story right now, but again, it's the start of the story, right? We're just starting, and at least I like to believe that this is not going to be something where it's one game story. Like, I feel like this will be the story for hopefully a few games. So you got to wait and see how it's going to go. Wait and give it patience, That's
right.
The final thing I would say to that.
I mean, kind of what I was going to say, the final thing is that, like, this Berlin map is where where a lot of the story stuff is going to come to the forefront. Like, who is the mole? Who is Zykov? Or will we see Zykov? What's Valentina's big plan? Like, all these questions that we have unanswered right now are going to be answered with this next upcoming map. Or maybe some of them are going to get answered. Not all of them, because you got to have some mystery. But yeah, it's going to be the story. There's a lot of things. Literally all the pieces are in play right now, and they are just ready to be Pawn takes pawn, baby.
Pawn takes pawn. Yeah, and that's another thing too is you talk about Treyarch helping Sledgehammer next year. If that's true, just the rumor, then being able to plant more seeds in that game as a bit of a prequel to Cold War Zombies or whatever, if the whole game might be a prequel to Cold War altogether. The game, Sledgehammer's next game could be a gap filler in between World at War and Black Ops 1, for all we know, World War II era. That's exactly what it could be. So that's why I'm like, now that everything's kind of intertwined and connected, more people may be interested. Instead of saying, oh, it's a Sledgehammer game, oh, it's an Infinity Ward game, but it's in the same canon and timeline as a Treyarch game, so maybe you care more about the world building and the other story elements they're going to incorporate, because all it's going to be intertwined for future games and whatnot. So, or like Eric said, maybe Berlin's their opportunity to say, you know, we're going to stray away from the campaign canon, the Warzone canon, and do something a bit different. I'll take any of those options, because then no story is held back by one another. That's the way I'm looking at it. They can choose not to tie into Black Ops 2. They could choose to do that. We'll take it either way. But how ironic was it that on the same day, and this had to have been planned, by the way, on the same day as a Battlefield 2042 reveal, VGC News drops a bombshell about Call of Duty Vanguard. It's not World War II Vanguard. The title is now Call of Duty Vanguard, according to them. Was that a coincidence, or am I tripping here? Was that perfectly planned because they want to make sure COD stays on top?
I have a weird theory, right? I have a weird theory that, because I think this was VGC who did this. Like, I feel like VGC, they have ties with, like, you know, they're like tie of Activision. They're like, yeah, so drop this right here so we can stray away a little bit the hype. Because I woke up and I'm like, okay, I expect the Battlefield trailer to be out. Nope, the first thing I see is Charlie Anto reports Call of Duty Vanguard to have new Warzone map. Like, I was like, what the heck? That's not what I expected to see this morning, but that's what happened, you know? And I felt like they were like, oh, you know, we might as well stray away a little bit of the hype, but yeah, I think that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Huge news.
It's also funny, and somebody in the comments reminded me of this. It's kind of funny how when everybody was hyped about World War II a couple of years ago, the game was still solid. I had fun with it, but it didn't reach the level of quality that Sledgehammer is 100% capable of because of the leadership in charge at the time, which Michael Cornbread and Glenn Schofield both were booted. I think it was New Year's right after that game dropped. And once Aaron Halen, I forgot I probably didn't pronounce his name right, the new studio head of Sledgehammer, once he stepped in, that game changed for the better and incorporated everything everybody wanted. But by then it was a bit, I would say, too little too late. Because the game really has to launch with that quality to keep that player retention for the entire season. And I think seeing a do-over of World War II with better leadership, more staff, right, an actual team that works on zombies this time, not the 6 guys in the corner that made Darkest Shore
with a $20 bill to make zombies.
Yeah, like now that they have a full team now, Sledgehammer is more than capable. So Activision made the right call by saying, hey, you guys aren't reaching a level of quality to make Call of Duty 2020 work. Treyarch's going to replace you, help Raven finish the game. Now it's Black Ops Cold War. They made the right call with that. Built Sledgehammer over the past year to make Vanguard. What were you going to say?
So I was going to say is the Sledgehammer has 3 studios now. They have like 3 whole studios across the globe, basically. In like Canada, Melbourne, and now the US.
Toronto,
US. And it's like, dude, how much they've changed is gonna be interesting to see their game. Like, I'm not going into this game thinking it's gonna be anything like the past 2, like at all.
Right.
I'm more afraid of how the game is gonna be, depending on what kind of things they take from Modern Warfare specifically. That's more of what I'm concerned of seeing. But I think overall, I'm not expecting it to be anything like World War II, and you know how that was, just because they have a whole new team. So hopefully they have a different mindset for the game, and I think we'll see how that happens. And
you talk about the Pacific. You talk about the rumors we saw before. There was rumors a couple months ago that the game would also cover the 50s, the Korean War. People are already judging the game before, and not even the title is revealed for it yet. You could trust VGC News. I do, but if you don't want to, I respect that as well. Nothing is confirmed about this game, the World War II, nothing. So what if the game is actually taking place in the present, which the present to them would be the 1950s, Korean War, Vietnam War, and they have flashbacks to events of World War II that weren't covered in their last game? What if that's what the game is? And people are already judging it, saying, oh, it's a World War II game, boring, they already covered everything. TGR put out a funny tweet yesterday. He's like, are you calling the most significant war in history boring? Because they didn't cover everything in World War II, in Sledgehammer's last game, or even in World at War from 2008. They didn't cover everything. There's so much they didn't cover. You know what I mean? And then they talk about how they're going to cover other theaters and the Allies, forming and what. They're going to cover other things that Sledgehammer's last game didn't. That's a lot of material right there. So let's hold our horses on judging this game yet. What were you going to say?
something. I mean, when people hear the term like Korean War or wars they don't really hear about because they didn't learn about it in history class. Like,
Yeah.
if you do some research into the Korean War, like there's some very interesting things going on there, and in the Pacific as a whole during World War II as well. I think they can do a lot with it, and I'm really excited to see what they do
Right.
with it because it's going to be definitely. I'm a huge history buff, so
Right.
if they do a lot of things that are like, it doesn't have to necessarily be accurate, but just like locations, I think that'll
Right.
be.
I was that nerd in school that loved history more than anything. I really,
too.
everybody's like, oh, it's boring. No one cares. Doesn't matter. I'm like, actually, it does matter because we wouldn't be here today if all this history didn't happen.
Yeah, how do we know what to protect
I think
if we don't learn
we'd
from
be a
history?
part of Germany right now, not in a good way. We lost the Second World War.
Well,
Yeah.
Berlin DLC 3 is coming out soon, so
Yeah.
Germania is coming back.
And that's a whole other can of worms that I think is beautifully emphasized with some of the intel in Cold War. It mentions it a little bit. I'm like, wow.
Balder check. We got a Balder check in chat.
Balder check. quick Balder check in chat. Yeah, that is the real MJ Crazy. If somebody asked, Frank, yes, it is the voice actor of Stitch himself in chat today. Legend, which we're going to have him on the podcast very soon. We're going to try to schedule the ASAP. The emphasis on Sledgehammer having more time than Treyarch for the Warzone integration essentially confirms we're not seeing a World War II Verdansk next year. It's going to be a whole new map, bigger than Verdansk, new ways to play, destructible environments, vehicles. I mean, does this not sound great? This is not, because to me, my issue was never with Warzone either. I love how Warzone plays.
Yeah.
We get some dubs every now and again on stream. I'm not a huge fan of Verdansk. Just me. I think it caters too much to sniping and whatnot. But with the specific map being rumored, I love Rebirth. With the specific map being rumored, though, destructible environments, these planes you can fly. I mean, this sounds crazy. Give it a shot. I mean, we know nothing about the game still. It already sounds great. Not to mention, it's like they said, they've hired 2,000 new development staff, Toys for Bob's even working on Warzone. I mean, Activision is going in with this game. They seriously are. I mean, keeping Warzone relevant, not to mention the campaign could be a sequel to World at War somehow if they want to do that. The game has a couple of options. It could stand on its own 2 feet. It could be a sequel to World at War, or it could be a sequel to World War II in 2017. I mean, it could do many things. Let's wait before we judge this game yet. But a big reason I want to bring this up isn't because the game sounds great and I'm excited for it, but what is up with the Battlefield, the white knighting? What is up with the toxicity with that? Oh, Battlefield 2042 is already better. And off what? You're saying a $70 Battlefield game, it's going to be multiplayer only, is better than a $70 Call of Duty. It's going to have campaign, multiplayer, zombies, and a massive Warzone integration. People have already decided that without seeing anything? In-game engine cutscenes have determined that?
Yeah, you saw a cinematic cutscene and said, you know what? This is the next thing, This is the next big thing.
Now let me ask you guys this one. I want to ask you guys this though. When you guys watch the trailer, I think it would look cool, right? But it was like I kind of noticed this is that there wasn't much narrative to what was going on inside the trailer, and that's what I kind of noticed. Like there wasn't as much storytelling, which is okay.
No dialogue.
There's no dialogue either, and it's like that's fine, right? It's supposed to be gameplay first, of course, but I think that's something I like in trailers is, I like to get a little bit of the story because games like even Black Ops 4 had the, during that reveal, they said there was no campaign, obviously, but we still got story to it because we had the specialists and the backstories of them and how everything works now with the game. And it feels like Battlefield, so far, just with that trailer alone, we haven't learned too much about it yet. We'll have to see, but that's something I noticed was a lot of it was mostly just clips of people through these different maps and little gameplay moments.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Black Ops, and this is the thing, I'm not hating on Battlefield either. It looked gorgeous, but Black Ops 4 was trending because you would have been an idiot if you didn't realize the similarities between Battlefield 2042 and Black Ops 4. Specialist stories, no campaign. They have a new specialist story, elements of Battlefield now. The dog from Infinite Warfare was also in this, if you noticed that. You have it's like how Treyarch described Black Ops 4, a multiplayer-centric experience. They didn't need a campaign to tell a story. That's what Battlefield's going for. But please remind me, when a Battlefield game overtook a Call of Duty. I'm not talking about sales. I'm talking about, cringe on Twitter or Reddit. Please remind me when both games didn't coexist and be successful in their own directions, because that's what it's been like for the past decade. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I was gonna say, quick example of that. I'm pretty sure the Battlefield 1 trailer went viral with Seven Nation Army. Like it was like oh, have you seen like the Battlefield 1 trailer? The game looks so awesome. Like, oh, Seven Nation Army, Seven Nation Army. The song sounds so good with
And where was that
again,
energy a week
dropped.
later? Yeah, where was that energy a week later?
I'm guessing the energy probably stayed, but the game dropped.
Yeah, and
people played it for like a week. People played it for like a week, man. So
and it's one thing too is the game could be perfect. Let's say Battlefield's perfect when it comes out. Let's say, cool. How do their post-launch seasons look? Do they drop content every 3 months like Call of Duty used to do with the season pass? Or do they just drop shit just completely random? Because it's not as frequent as Call of Duty's going to be now. I'll tell you that much.
And you know what? DK? I don't see anyone talking about this at all. But there's a thing where, and I think this is a terrible business practice, but if you don't buy the higher edition of the game, you have to wait a week to play the game. A whole week.
Wow, okay.
I didn't see no one talking about this, but you get a week, or not a couple days, a week early access by purchasing.
That's EA.
And Ultimate, which is EA, I know, but man, I don't.
They always do that, yeah.
Yeah,
you 3 days,
these these motherfuckers want to talk about Activision.
No one talks about that.
Yeah, these motherfuckers want to talk about Activision. This, I'm like, have you met EA? Have you met EA? I don't. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm not games. I play the Madden,
bro.
and
I'll tell you what. The best tweet of all time I ever read, and I put it in a video the other day, was from Rob on Twitter. Is it Rob MC UK or something? I gotta pull up his Twitter. He said,
"Oh, the burger emoji."
The burger emoji, right? Yeah, we got Eric knows what that is. The success of Modern Warfare 2019, 110%, as he said, came from neglected Battlefield players who loved the playstyle of the slow-paced Modern Warfare multiplayer. 110%. You cannot tell me otherwise. He wrote this on Twitter. I didn't even think about that. I'm like, that's actually true, because I said this to Fajardi live. When we loaded up the Modern Warfare beta last summer, we played 2 games, and I'm like, yep, not doing it. I knew exactly what they were going for with that multiplayer. It was a Battlefield Rainbow Six type tactical experience that doesn't play like COD to me. I'm a fast-paced, aggressive player. I wasn't doing it. I'm like, I play Battlefield if I wanted something like this. And Rob pointed that out on Twitter the other day. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what they went for. Battlefield players got neglected with Battlefield 1 and 5. It just wasn't it. Modern Warfare was that game for them. I'm curious, if this Battlefield is successful, will those players jump back over to Battlefield and stop playing COD? Will you see less camping in COD going forward? There's been camping forever, but after Modern Warfare, I see a much different play style with COD these days, with this rose skin sitting in a dark corner, claymores by doors. I've seen a Battlefield approach to camping than I ever have before. Ever since Modern Warfare came out. So I'm curious, if this game does well, maybe all the Modern Warfare BS goes away and we see less camping now. We'll see. That's a great tweet that I saw. I'm like, wow, that is a good point. That, you got, and another good thing too is you want to have a successful Battlefield game, because it makes Activision step it up. It makes Activision say, well, let's do more with COD. Let's do better with COD. Competition is healthy. It's good to have. But people are tired of Call of Duty. There are people that are. And they're ready to jump ship. So I think Battlefield's trailer the other day could have been a pile of shit, and they would have said it's better than COD no matter what. I think people are just ready to jump ship. They're tired of the same old. So good for them. Let them go ahead and move on. There's not a problem with that. But the toxicity I see. Go to any Call of Duty tweet, Charlie Intel, Treyarch. Look at it, and you're gonna see, oh, Battlefield's better. What is this? And what have you seen for Battlefield that makes it better? CGI cutscenes. What have we seen? Tell me what you can judge already. I mean, I'm at a loss for words with this, man. I don't get it. Somebody just wrote Treyarch Twitter in chat. I don't think there's anything new.
Yeah, we're a little behind.
It's a couple hours ago.
By the way, guys, for anyone that's confused, that's not the Zombies map release date. That is the Outbreak second Easter egg.
Yeah, I hope people understand that.
Are you kidding me? I thought Berlin was dropping next week, dude. Are you kidding me?
Somebody said, what if you do somebody said, what if you do the Outbreak egg and it unlocks Berlin instantly? I'm like, that also isn't very smart, because nobody's gonna. I mean, people are gonna be pissed. You gotta do a quest to unlock the next map. I'll take it. I'm down for that. But
DK though, if this Easter egg is like some big thing, like big event where it actually, once you're done, it actually does something and leaves us on a big cliffhanger for the map. I think that'd be pretty cool.
And the map's only a few weeks away after that. At that point,
yeah, at that point, it's like how fitting is that to be like, hey, map's in a couple weeks, there you go. Like, and like that'd be huge. I think that'd be the biggest like season yet. We haven't had that where an Easter egg for existing content leads into a map that comes shortly after. That's
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes, but
Yeah, and to go back to the Battlefield though, the gameplay reveals this Sunday. It's like I said, I wish everybody the best who's excited for Battlefield. I wish EA the best. I hope the game launches smart. I hope they right the wrongs of Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5. Good for them. I'm not this person that's like COD. I'm a COD channel. F Battlefield. We don't want to see other games succeed. I mean, look at Fortnite, right? This is a clear example of this. Fortnite dropped, what was it, the Black Ops 3 days? Kind of towards the end of Black Ops 3, I think? When did Fortnite save the world?
World War II.
World War II? Okay, World War II. The success of Fortnite, even though it's different than COD, made Activision reevaluate how to do content. So if Battlefield is very successful, it may have Activision reevaluate how to do this, how to do that. So the competition is healthy. If you prefer one game or the other, go for it. But and it's like MJ said in the chat, they're almost barely competitors. COD's on such a different level of what the hell they're doing, and Battlefield's over here.
Especially now.
No, they don't play anything alike. Like MJ says, they don't play anything alike.
The people that I see that are like, oh, I'm gonna jump ship. Battlefield's all the way. Either you haven't played Battlefield before, and you're overestimating what to be expected, or maybe you were one of those people who got neglected and kind of moved over to COD with Modern Warfare and is already tired of it. It's just not your cup of tea. I don't know, but I can already see this, right? The game's going to drop. People are going to realize it's a real traditional type of multiplayer game where it comes out. That's all you get for, weeks, months, until the next whatever update they're going to drop in Battlefield.
Yeah,
Good luck.
With that, DK, the description is that there will be, for the first year, so the whole first year of content, there will be 4 drops. So that's like every 3 months, 3.5 months.
That's your season pass model from previous Call of Duties.
So there's an actual pass. It's called the year 1 pass. It's kind of similar to like Rainbow Six, where you buy this pass and then you get all the battle passes and stuff for the year. But that's what I'm saying. It's like you have a year of content, but you're getting less content over that year compared to COD, which has 6 seasons of content over the year. So it's like you don't have to hate on one or the other. You can play both, but don't say like, oh my god, this is it's either COD's gonna die or rip COD. It's like that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna be that, and it's also not gonna be where Battlefield is hated or anything. They both can live.
You don't have to be a genius to know that at the peak of Call of Duty right now, which is where Activision is at, player counts, monetization, microtransactions, they're at the top right now. You can bet your ass how to keep that momentum for the next couple of titles that drops, making all the right moves, no mistakes. So Warzone's obviously a big part of that, but I like how EA's already pulled an Infinity War where they're like, oh yeah, there's no Battle Royale. We'll talk about that in the future. They've already kind of pulled that. Yeah, we don't want to talk about that yet. Battlefield's going to get a Battle Royale or 2042 because the maps are massive, so they're going to see it.
What I do kind of don't understand is that there's a lot of people like, oh, this game doesn't have a Battle Royale. It's chalked. Like, why is that a mindset now? Are you telling me games can't succeed on their own? Like, you can't have a game without it having a Battle Royale? Like, Battle Royale wasn't a thing like 7 years ago, 8 years ago. That wasn't a thing really. This is a new thing where if a game can be successful without having a BR, look at a game like Valorant. Valorant's a really good game and popular, and it's not based off of Battle Royale. People gotta remember that games are gonna be good because of what they've been doing and trying to innovate on top of that. It doesn't always have to be Battle Royale for everything.
Right. Yeah, no, that's one thing too. Battle Royale, the fad will go away, but I can tell you Activision will find a way to make Warzone relevant. Even when that happens, they'll find a way to reinvent it or innovate it a little bit more. But I think a big point too is that if Treyarch is helping Sledgehammer with Call of Duty Vanguard, if that's the case, Cold War Year 2 is out the window. But if it's something like maybe Infinite Warfare, where a couple of Treyarch devs help out with some development, I think Cold War Year 2, to an extent can happen. Small multiplayer maps, weapons, some store bundles, maybe some regions to Fireteam and Outbreak, maybe that. But Activision's approach, as it seems, is they want to really, really make sure a new game pops off, they integrate it with Warzone and update that game going forward. They're not really a fan of year 2s, year 3s, as it seems. With how successful Modern Warfare was, they still didn't add much to it this year. What, a couple maps?
Crazy. That game was super popular.
So
the number one, and that's crazy. We talk about that later, though. That's just crazy, though.
They're kind of already showing that they're more interested in a full launch and then an integration with Warzone. They're not really looking to do like second years. Black Ops 3 was just that special that had a year 2, year 3 going, right? Even World War 2 had a small year 2 with they added more weapons and shit, throughout, I think, the following year after that. So, yeah, the future is looking very interesting for the games industry, but people just got to accept, man. People like different things. Just, there's not even a lot of games. There's so many games.
Coming out this year.
I think
so many.
What blows my mind Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, there's so many. Like last year, I feel like there wasn't like there was COD, but besides COD, really there wasn't that much like in terms of like the big AAA games. But now we have so many games: Halo, Battlefield. So many of these titles coming out with new launches that will enjoy what they want to enjoy. It's like, why does it have to be this big argument? I don't know.
Yeah, and I also think what blows my mind is, again, these people that are toxic online about, oh, this game's better, that game's better, this, that. Are you single-handedly proving with those comments that all you play is Call of Duty? Because there's all these games coming out, man. I'm like, are you so stuck in your bubble that you just can't take a break? You can't play something else? Get your mind off things. It's like, oh man, there's not even words to describe the shit I've seen online recently, man. This week's been absolutely insane. That's why we have a podcast to talk about stuff like that, because I don't know how I would incorporate that in a video. The things I've been seeing lately with
There's no way you could. It's so much.
And somebody made a comment recently. They're like, oh yeah, save the rants and whatnot for podcasts. I'm like, that's exactly what I do, man. Just the shit I've been seeing. It's like, where do I start, dude? Where do you start? But I think a big topic that needs to get addressed here is Jason Blundell. So let's do that before Who Are These People? Let's do some Jason Blundell, because that is something that I thought was a pleasant surprise. Prestigious Key DM'd me with a screenshot of Blundell at JC's stream, and I'm like, whoa, what is that? What didn't
that like completely freaked everyone out. Like everyone was like, "What the hell?"
What didn't come to mind though was that, oh, it's a Zombies Chronicles 2. It's a Zombies Return. He's back at Activision. I'm like, first of all, let's get something straight real quick before we get into a tangent about Blundell. The Zombie Chronicles 2, the Zombie Chronicle 2 stuff that I see over the past couple of weeks, it has me thinking, right? What happened last year when Modern Warfare was in its prime? There were rumors about Black Ops 4 getting another map pack. There was leakers and QA testers and all this bullshit going on. They were claiming that these Victus maps were coming. I made videos about it. Some people were happy about it. Like, oh yeah, more maps in Black Ops 4. We need it. Most of the community that I saw was like, oh, it doesn't need to come into Black Ops 4. Screw Zombies Chronicles 2. It doesn't exist. I'm making stuff up. You're at 20,000 subs. You don't have any sources. You're not talking to anybody. And again, it's not about sources. It's not about who I talk to. It was a matter of, okay, I'm seeing people out there leak the entirety of Modern Warfare, Warzone, whatnot. They were also claiming that, oh yeah, Chronicles 2 is going to happen, Black Ops 4. They were also claiming that the map pack was being saved for another game, that there was development on it that went wrong, Treyarch's budget got cut. I was just reporting on it for fun. I got made fun of a lot for talking about that, but now I look at the opposite today, and I'm seeing, bigger channels now saying, oh, please, Zombies Chronicles 2, please this, please that. I'm like, well, it's like, I thought I was the fool last year for talking about it. Now you're advocating for it every single day. It's like, so cringe. Getting that out the way.
Wow.
No, go ahead.
Sorry, but there's so many people making videos like before they even knew anything. Zombie Chronicles 2 confirmed, or Zombies is now saved. Look at us, like.
And it's another thing to evaluate when Blundell left Activision, because from what we all understand, he left after Ancient Evil dropped. He stopped appearing in all the Treyarch interviews, and you could tell his presence wasn't there. Activision and the press made it seem like he left after Tag dropped on purpose to make sure that Black Ops 4 didn't have any more negative controversy. He left midway through the season. He was gone before fucking Ancient Evil, or right after Ancient Evil came out, and they made it seem like he didn't leave at that time. All that aside, he's been gone since, what was it, last February they announced this? I think it was last February they announced his departure. You're telling me like a year and a half later, oh, he's back? Like, nah, you know he wasn't coming back.
I didn't. When that happened, like when the day happened where he was on JC's stream, I was like, I pray to God he's not back, because like I feel like that is like the game's already like, what was he gonna do? Is he gonna go work on the next like Sledgehammer's game? Because this game's already like halfway.
That was the only plausible route I saw, is that, oh, maybe he's at Sledgehammer. I mean, and that's not even that plausible, but it's more plausible than he's at Treyarch again. There's no way.
Why would he be in LA to work at a San Francisco studio? That wouldn't make sense to me. That wouldn't make sense either. It's like, come on, people. Like, I know people like to jump the gun, but at least use your brain for 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes.
And my approach is like, look, theorizing's fun. Have your fun online. Talk about what you want. You can say whatever you want on the internet. I get that. But when you want to make a bold claim, at least think about it for 5 minutes. Does it make sense? I mean, some people just didn't do that, with what I've seen. But another big thing I want to touch real quick is Blundell's new studio, Deviation Games, which we're gonna mention more. people have already been saying it's a standalone open world zombies game. It's going to be the zombies we always wanted. I'm like, oh my God. Have you forgotten Activision owns Call of Duty? They own the zombies game mode as we know it. Have you forgotten that?
Also, not even that. Why? Okay, if I'm Jason Blundell, right, and let's say a year and a half ago, I stopped on zombies, which zombies is great, but at the end of the day, it's so limiting because it has to be the same formula of like survival. That's one thing that a lot of people have been complaining about is like, well, zombies in the cycle, if it's just survival and it's the same thing, like
Outbreak.
an outbreak comes out, people still complain, so that's a whole other thing. But
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say is, if I'm Jason Blundell, I'm like, so. Like, you are an incredible talent. The stories that he's told, not only just zombies, but campaigns and COD in general. You're like, you know what? I'm going to go make my whole new studio with this other guy, Dave Anthony. I'm going to make a whole new studio, and we're going to do zombies again. We're going to do the same thing that we did last time.
We're going to partner with Sony for fucking more zombies, bro. Come on, let's do it.
Dude, it makes no sense to me. Hell, I want something new and fresh and innovative that will be fun and something that people play for. Like, I want to see, like not trying to jump the gun or whatever, but this studio, I think if what they sounded like, they were gonna make the next big hit game, that people play for months and months and months.
Yes,
that's what it kind of
I am
like.
very interested in this. Zai in chat who said now certain YouTubers making ZC2 confirm videos. We're gonna really get into that later, but it's like I said, I was made fun of last year for talking about the rumors that I didn't come up with, by the way, were being spread by actual leakers and QA testers, confirmed insiders who leaked all of Modern Warfare. I made videos talking about what they were saying, that Victus maps were in development, got scrapped, got moved. I made videos about it. I was called crazy. I was called stupid. People were saying I'm making stuff up for clout, and I'm like, where do I win with that? If I make something up for views, whatever, to gain some subs, how dumb do I look after the fact when it's revealed that I was lying? How do I gain anything from that when I'm doing this for a living, right? Where is the light at the end of the tunnel with that? It just doesn't make sense. But then look where all those people are today making videos about it. It's, we need this. It's like, it's so silly how the tides have turned. It's ridiculous. But all that garbage aside, with this Blundell announcement now, it's like you're saying, most devs that leave major publishers, major studios, Michael Condrey, for example, they typically, because all the money they've made doing that job, they typically invest then in their own studio with their own staff. They even bring people from the studio they were at to join them to work on a crazy project. What Blundell said alone yesterday in Summer Games Fest about this AAA IP, it's a new IP. Where does anybody, and people still do, but where does anybody get the idea that he's talking about zombies? New IP, AAA title.
New IP.
That
sounds like
it might even be first person.
Innovative.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
It might be open world, might not be first person shooter, but where do you get zombies from in that? I'm like, where? Zombie. It's like, what the fuck?
It's like, to me, it's
my God.
With that, it's like, it's really confusing why people are assuming it's zombies. It's like, yeah, you can think what you want, but why are you gonna do that to yourself? Why are you gonna be like, oh, it has to be zombies? If it's not, I'm not interested. Like,
fuck
you.
Are you
do that? Why the fuck would you do that? Why would you be like that when you'd be like, dude, what is this new idea that they have that could potentially win me over as a person that's like, I will play this game for a long time because of its new idea that it's innovative.
What is this? Yeah,
I think.
Yeah,
go ahead.
like, you'll have Charlie. Sorry.
I was going to say, I think the downfall of whatever game they release is going to be the community that's already established around it, no matter what at this point, which I that sucks to say, because for one, I want the game to succeed, but I feel like with all the toxic BO3 people saying, oh, Jason Blundell's not making a zombies game, downvote, dislike, get out of here.
Blundell invented zombies, bro. Blundell invented zombies. He can't do anything else.
That was George Romero, dude.
Like, why? It's like, dude, if I'm Blundell, I'm like, why did I make this whole new studio to make another? Like, why do people think like that?
But
like,
yeah,
like,
let's be realistic though. Let's say what I do think is gonna happen is this game they drop. And by the way, real quick, Dave Anthony, CEO next to Blundell, he wrote the campaigns of Black Ops 1 and 2. This guy can write, bro. Let's see what the hell they come out. I want to see a brand new original story. They kind of took a couple jabs at you-know-who in their reveal yesterday or 2 days ago when they said, we don't feel creatively and financially restricted at Deviation Games now. That's a jab at you-know-who.
There's no room for ego, too.
That's now they have the control they want. They spent the last year building a team. God bless them, by the way. They got the right investors. They got Sony, of all fucking people, to partner with them.
They got a community manager who's literally a YouTuber and that people have been watching for years. How smart of an idea is that?
These guys, bro, they're gonna come out with the game. I can't wait to see what it is, but I promise you, there will be comments, and it's like Vajardi already said. Oh, it's not zombies. I'm out. Like brain cells, please, bro.
Did you not play
What
Fortnite?
are you? I don't understand. It's like another thing too is like maybe there'll be an Easter egg or two in this new game. Maybe a small Treyarch reference because they were both there. They were both big parts of Treyarch with permission. Guys, right? With permission from Activision to do that. Are you telling me with their first AAA IP, they're going to get a lawsuit from Activision because they want to copy-paste some zombies elements or something? You know damn well, both of these guys who've been at Treyarch for how many years and now are Deviation, you know damn well they got together and said, let's really be careful with XYZ because we know how this was at Treyarch. Let's be careful with this. Let's not reference that. Let's you know damn well they know what the hell they're doing right now.
And also,
it's like,
another thing too, sorry, DK, but
no,
something else is that the devs that they hired too, these are not like rookie devs. Like I love that there's some from DICE, some Respawn, Sony.
The resumes, bro.
You're like, oh, they're just gonna make some silly indie game. Well, no, they literally said AAA, so it's some sort of big innovative game. Obviously, you don't just put AAA on anything. You don't put AAA on like a puzzle game. You don't do that. A AAA game is something big that comes out that has it leaves a mark on the industry. So it's like, and you have all these people from DICE, Respawn, who are creative and they can make big games. Like, how are you going to tell me that you're so like narrow-minded to go, oh, it has to be, zombies?
I don't get it, man. I don't get it, and it's like I said before. It's like, look, you should be excited for this project, and I didn't they didn't reveal anything about their game, so you might not be on board yet, and that's I get it. But look at the names that are involved in this game. You should at least say, let me give it a shot. But to think this is some kind of Call of Duty spinoff, it's like, oh my God, bro. One thing though is, they're partnering with Sony. Maybe that means the game won't be available on Xbox and PC. We don't know that yet, but we're just gonna guess that.
We don't know.
We're just gonna guess that right now because it seems like it. But either way, man, there's that with Blundell. The other thing is JC Backfire. So this hit home for me because he said in this. I watched a whole video on stream yesterday. He said that everything has led to this moment for him, right? Whether it's his YouTube, whether it's what he went to school for. It hit home for me because I think I had the same issue when I was in school. I went to university for about 2 years, and I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, clearly I'm going to school for something related to YouTube, right? Because whether it's editing, filmmaking, something, commentary, radio. And JC said the same thing that I think I was feeling recently, which is that I think my favorite part of YouTube isn't even any of that, any of the filmmaking part of it. It's really the community aspect of it. So he found his way through that, and his journey since, again, he started his channel, since Blundell went to his house for Chronicles, till now is beautiful to see. It's amazing to see just where the networking has led to. So God bless him. More than happy for him. I watched the video and I'm like, I almost felt emotional about it. I'm like, damn, that's awesome. That is awesome. And it hit home for me because, like I said, I stopped going to the uni after about 2 years. I stepped away to do YouTube full time because I realized I love what we're doing here on this channel. I say we because Fajardi is a big part of it. Anybody who's been on the podcast is a big part of it. People that are my mods and my Discord server. I love what we've built, and I would fully regret not taking this seriously and doing it full time if I stepped away and said, all right, I'm gonna do what everybody else is doing, go to school and find a 9 to 5 or try to find a job somewhere in the industry. Not a huge fan of either the movie or games industry in terms of development and filmmaking, being on set. I like it a little bit, but my favorite part is definitely this collaboration. It's not necessarily editing or commentary. It's just this collaboration and talking to people and voicing our opinions and, clearing up misinformation too on top of that. So JC really hit home with what he was saying, and he found his way through this. I mean, look, he wouldn't have guessed that Revealing Zombies Chronicles with Blundell will lead to Blundell returning years later to his house to then, hire him for his new AAA studio. That's beautiful, man. That's insane.
And you know what, DK? So I've been like, I follow JC, and over the months, like, he's been teasing about what he's been doing.
Right.
Like, his Twitter bio was like, he was working at Redacted, like he said, working at Redacted Studio, and I'm like, what the hell has he been working on? That's been such this big secret.
Right.
Not a single moment throughout the months I was like, he's working for Jason Blundell, like,
right.
on this new, like, it's such a big deal, I think, to just that, because it's like, this is not something to mess around with. Like, this is something that's like, I did not expect it to be that big. I did not expect it to be that important. To where
I
it's
didn't
like
either.
Everyone's like, it's like, and people are just like trying to ruin it and be like, oh, it has to be this or this. And it's like, it's just like, come on, man. Like, be happy for the guy. Be
I
happy
won't.
for
Yeah,
JC.
I won't name any names, bro. But what I will say is, I saw some really disrespectful tweets towards this. They're like, "Oh, if it's zombies related, Tim Hansen should be announcing, and he's the biggest content creator." And I'm like, and the tweet kind of tries to say, "I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but so I love people that write. I'm not trying to do this, but," and then you do it. It's like you fucking like people on the internet, man. I swear to God, like, be happy for the guy. I didn't even think when I saw this, I didn't think zombies at all. I'm like, oh, it's maybe just Jason stopping by. Maybe he was in town for Summer Games Fest, because I knew Blundell's working on something. We heard about this last year. Maybe he's in town and decided to stop by just for fun. And he threw a cipher in there for fun. Maybe he was gonna say, maybe Blundell could have came on stream with Activision's permission and said, "Oh, I hope you guys like the ending of Ether. I'm happy with what Craig's doing now." Maybe he could have just something nice, right? That's all I thought about. People out there were like, "Oh, if the zombies announcement, JC's not the right guy to do it with." I'm like, you fucking prick, dude. People are so stupid. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So what I did, right? So what I was at first, like, oh, maybe it's like a special thing. But then I was like, I quickly went to JC's Twitter and I saw that the bio of his Twitter had 3 question marks, which is the same thing that his stream title was. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's instant in my head. Something with him and Jason is what happened.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool. I wonder what they're working on. I wonder what cool thing it's like. It's probably a new thing that they've been working on. And that's just insane. And people were jumping the gun like, you can't put 2 things together.
Yeah, no, So and when we meet chat, I said this before to clear the air again. I'm not a fan at all of like Twitter drama, threads, and like 70 replies arguing with people. That was me maybe when I was like 15, 16. As an adult, as a content creator, I want to keep a good image, be respectful, be real. I'll only call stuff out like that when it really hits home. And I'm like, yeah, let's call out some garbage like that. Let's call it disrespect. It needs to be called out. Let's stand up for somebody. Always stand up for somebody. Don't ever stand on the sidelines and let somebody get bullied, let somebody get shit talked. Stand up for them. But all that aside, anyway. Super proud for JC. By the way, in chat, Legend HD, congrats for making it to the ZWC. He's in chat right now. I think that's him, right? That's the right guy. That's the right legend, right? Yeah, congrats to him and Kingman for making it in. Kingman was kind of a given. He's been going crazy with the speed runs and whatnot. He's been really active in that. So I wasn't surprised to see him in there. But Legend, congrats, my guy.
Great.
Hopefully you guys have a good time over there. Hopefully you guys succeed.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and one thing, funny thing about Kingman is Kingman was actually in my chat. Like, I want to say, maybe Pawn Takes Pawn streams last summer. He's been in my chat like pretty often before he was anybody and before he started streaming like that. So it's crazy to see people that are in my chat become people and make their own content. It's great to see, man. God bless everybody who's trying content out. I mean, it's amazing to see. And not even being a zombies channel, I love looking at all aspects of the community and just saying, wow, congratulations to XYZ. Everybody's making moves. Everybody could be, there's enough pie to go around, if that makes sense, right? Enough pie to go around for everybody, whether it's content, streaming, fucking invites, collabs, whatever it is, man. So God bless everybody that's making moves right now. But Fajardi, any thoughts on this disrespect or this cringe about what JC and Blundell are doing, man? What's going on with that, man? What is the deal?
I mean, the thing that I didn't see a lot of that, but I did see a lot of people just trying so hard to relate it to Treyarch, to relate it to zombies.
The logo. Don't forget the logo.
Yeah, the logo thing on the sign, that's just like, you need to go get your brain checked, man. No disrespect, but like you just said, no disrespect, but please just stop
no
thinking about zombies.
But that. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, there's Sadstone wrote something in chat that I'm gonna carefully not approach too much. Something about Adderall with COD General Manager. I need to educate myself more on what the hell happened there before we talk about that on the podcast. I did hear about that, and I'm like, wait. And that same, big controversy with that. Maybe I'll try to read into that more, and we'll talk about it next week. But I do know what you're talking about. I read a little bit into it. I want to read more. They also announced the Warzone tournament leaders, I think, during Summer Games Fest as well. Recognize a few of those people. So yeah, there's a lot going on right now. I am in beginning stages trying to get in talks with people at Activision. So wish me luck, chat. I'm trying to not just creator code, not just recognition, but really trying to connect with them and make them see what we're building here on this channel. This really big community led effort. Spreading the right information, talking positively about the game, providing constructive criticism. I'm in early talks right now to get stuff going with Activision. Hopefully, you can see more. Partnerships and promotions in the near future. That's been a dream. That's been a dream that I've been thinking about for quite some time. I think this year of all years with Black Ops Cold War is a better time than ever to kind of get the ball rolling with that, if you know what I mean. But like Fajardi was saying, that there was that cipher in JC's stream, like that box. There was something with letters on it. People were zooming in, seeing Treyarch logos, pretending to see zombies references. I'm like, people are really reaching, man, really reaching. Woodland don't even have permission to say anything about zombies anymore. He probably signed an NDA the last 10 years. That's usually what happens with devs that leave major studios. They sign NDAs that say you can't say anything for a decade, because by then, nobody's going to give a shit anymore. You can say whatever you want. Zelensky, I think his NDA, did his expire? His might not have expired yet. Jimmy Zelensky, former director. It's about to. I think it's about to. So Zelensky might talk about things in the next couple months or next couple years that goes back to like World at War, Black Ops 2. And will anybody care at that point? Probably not. You kind of get what I mean with the time in there?
Buried. Like Moon and Barry being at the same time.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's I have a headache thinking about that. An original plot that got scrapped. Yep.
Yeah, but one thing with like a little bit of the side with like the Jason stuff and like with the game, it's like one thing that I think that the major problem, not a major problem, just one thing that I will say that COD kind of has, where I think it's probably the biggest issue with COD, is that it's hard to get like, a feeling of, okay, we have this nice thing going, because every single year they release a new title and it's drastically different from the last, and it's hard to keep a train going. Like where Cold War, it's like we don't want Cold War to end because we just love the game, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I wish there was a game where it had like that energy, and then we knew, hey, this game's getting supported for years and years to come, and it's not just that, oh, we have to wait again for the next game, but they really have a chance to fully, get their creative thoughts out in the game, get a nice plan going for the game, and execute and make it a long-term success. I think that's the one thing that I want in a game, and this game that they're working on may be that thing where they have that plan.
Right.
And I think it could be big, because I think that's the one issue of COD, is that they're stuck on this thing of like, oh well, new game, and has to interplay with Warzone, and it's like, it's not a bad thing by any chance. It works, it's successful, but I think that having a game that knows that that it's like, okay, this game's gonna be out for years and years and could get updated for years.
Don't forget though, I started to cut off. Black Ops 4 was set to be that game, by the way. Do you remember that when they first said, "Oh, Black Ops 4, years of support"? That would have been the plan if Treyarch didn't cut halfway through Blackout, or was it after Grand Heist? Cut support. Oh, gotta replace Sledgehammer. They gotta help COD 2020 now. If Treyarch's game was coming out this fall like it was supposed to, Black Ops 4 will still be getting updates to this day, and it would have been crazy. I want to see some swag Nick Merckx type success for streamers covering Blackout. Imagine how big Blackout would have been because of those guys right there. If that's what would have happened, maybe that's what would have happened. They would have got big off Blackout instead of Warzone. Blackout would have been the battle royale that eventually went free to play, crossplay, blah blah blah.
Someone has to make a what if video, like a what if scenario. Dude, that'd be like.
I actually have something like that written down that I will maybe do if I go on vacation again, like a little filler original video. I have something about that written down. Yeah, kind of a what if like that, where it's like, look at how things were supposed to go, look how they did go, and look at the in between what would have happened. It's like, that's actually really a genius idea that I appreciate you bringing up. It's like. And there's another thing too. People in this chat, it's like I said before, I'm like, I hope that people that have supported this channel through the podcast, videos, streams, whatever, I hope you guys stick around and care a bit about Vanguard, because it's like I tweeted before, I'm scared about the transition from Cold War to Vanguard. Will the interest be there? Will there be stuff to talk about? I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm probably just over exaggerating or jumping the gun here, but looking at the negativity I've seen recently about it, even if the game's not revealed, I'm just like wow, really? What's going on, man? But it's also, off your point, if they came out and said, yeah, this game's gonna be supported for years, if they made that clear, will that stay true after 6 months? Will they change? Will they jump ship? Well, I mean,
it's hard to
say. Right? It is hard to say, but yeah.
With a big company like Activision, it's hard to know, because you're not like, they are more of like, okay, what's the best for our business? But like a new studio would be like, oh, well, what is our plan? So it's like, it's cool to see the contrast between those two, but it's also like, hey, whatever Activision wants to do, hopefully people enjoy it. Hopefully they.
Right. Is that actually true? As I said, Nick Merckx has merch named Blackout 2.0. Is that actually true? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But is it supposed to be a hit, like a reference to Blackout, or is it just Blackout the word that is the name of it?
It's just black t-shirts.
Got it. No, it makes. I was like, wait a second, hold up. Real quick, Fireteam Elimination just got better. I don't know if anybody knows this. I mean, it was in the patch notes, and I missed this. And you guys know I'm a news fanatic, and I missed this. Fireteam Elimination got an update where you now spawn in with an RNG weapon. It could be MP5, 74U, Milano, whatever. So that's awesome. They made they're making elimination better every update. Like, Blackout 2.0 is in Black Ops Colder now. I hope you guys are enjoying that. Can't wait to play it on Zoo really soon. Probably in Reloaded we'll see Zoo in multiplayer. But one thing I want to wrap up this topic with is when it comes to Treyarch being stuck in a cycle. Here's what I feel right now. Since even Black Ops 3, they haven't had a solid 3 years to make a new game with no interruptions, no bullshit. They've pulled off fantastic games that I've loved under the craziest circumstances. Imagine what they could pull off with no interruptions. Think about Black Ops 3. If people don't know this, I think a year into that game's development, everything got scrapped. I think more towards campaign, everything got cut. It's kind of ironic how is Dave Anthony his name? I forgot his name. Dave Anthony, who was with Blundell now, Deviation, CEO. He wrote Black Ops 1 and 2's campaigns. Isn't it ironic when he left, Black Ops 3's campaign went to shit. They just didn't come out with a good campaign that year. And Black Ops 4 didn't have one, period. So, and then Raven made Cold War's campaign. Treyarch hasn't made a campaign since, I guess you could say, Black Ops 3. That's crazy. But anyway, Treyarch. Yeah, collaborated with Raven on
True.
It was more Raven's campaign.
That's more Raven.
Raven, I think, had mostly everything laid out. When Treyarch stepped in, they're like, all right, let's tie this into Black Ops more. Throw in Woods, throw in Mason, maybe add Emmental here, whatever. But Treyarch's stuck in a cycle right now, if you guys haven't noticed. Black Ops 3, a year in, all the campaign got redone, reworked, multiplayer got reworked. Zombies was, I think, messy, but ended up fine. Black Ops 4, don't even have to tell you that. Black Ops 4, I think the whole game got scrapped like really deep into development. And that's almost the thing, right? Bigger isn't always better. Maybe you have more time to make a game, but it's more opportunity for mistakes, more opportunity for too ambitious of ideas to where the whole game falls apart, right? Maybe less time can bring you a better product. Maybe it can't, but Black Ops 4, full campaign got cut. Millions of dollars in budget got wasted. Multiplayer got reworked from an Overwatch kind of arcade shooter to what we got in that game with the specialist. Zombies needed about a month or two more of QA testing, but aside from that, I think it was fine. And then Black Ops Cold War wasn't even their game. They stepped in. Let's see if from now until 2023, Treyarch gets the opportunity to make the game they want to make with no interruptions, no bullshit, more staff on board, more QA. Maybe this next COD in a couple years will be the game that they have enough time to make with no problems at all. No excuses, no pandemics, no fucking lockdowns. Let's see. I mean, what are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, hopefully. I think it'd be great if they can finally get a chance to do that again.
Yeah.
But
it's a cycle.
Man,
they gotta break it. Mob of the Death style. Mob of the Death style. Literally.
Dude,
Well,
yeah.
I'd say they're already not off to a good start with the rumors of them helping Sledgehammer already.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know like what the big deal is, but like, why are they like sheltering Infinity Ward to one thing? Like, I've never heard anything about Infinity Ward like going and helping someone else.
Bro,
maybe that's just wrong. But like, if Infinity Ward takes like an entire year, they had a subway station and open up a stadium.
Bro,
like, what are they doing with the dev time?
Where the fuck is it? Hashtag everybody chat. Where the fuck is Infinity Ward? Put that in chat, man. Literally, where is Infinity Ward?
People aren't thinking about this, but Activision, I believe they said, now I'm not saying this is anything to say, but they said they aren't ready to move on from the premium model yet. Who knows? What if Modern Warfare 2022 is the final game where they go, yeah, a COD has to be every single year?
Did you know that was actually rumored? I think by it might have been VGC or somebody at Modern Warzone. I don't know where they get their info from, but somebody said that a couple months ago that Modern Warfare 2022 is the last premium COD. I'm like, well, it doesn't seem likely because of the rumor we talked about the other day, which is that they're coming out with a 6 and 12 month battle pass model now. And that 12-month pass, probably like $200, will come with a full premium COD and then maybe the whole year's worth of battle passes or something. If they're just bringing that out now, they're not ditching the yearly cycle anytime soon. You can bet your ass on that one. But there's that. But back to Infinity Ward. Remember the news that just broke about 2 weeks ago? The narrative directors left Infinity Ward. So my question is that because the narrative directors already wrote Modern Warfare 2, the sequel, and Activision said, by the way, you got to throw in some Black Ops tie-in, Black Ops 2, David Mason, you got to do this, and that, because everything's connected now. And they said, hey, we're trying to do a grounded story. You're not letting us. Adios. Did that happen? Or was the story not even done yet and they're capping? And then Activision said, you're taking too long. We gotta get the ball rolling here. Get the fuck out. I wonder what happened there. But Jeff Leach, voice actor of Ghost, made it clear when he was on the podcast with James C. Burns. He made it clear. He was like, hey, there's more going on here. He didn't go into it too much, but he's like, yeah, we all kind of got let go at the same time. Activision's going in a new direction with Modern Warfare 2. So, hey.
imagine
what's going
this.
on there?
I'm not saying this is anything. I'm not. This is just random. This is probably not anything. I just wanted to say this because why not? But what if Taylor and Jacob they both go to Deviation Games? Dude? They're both...
That's funny, but I think Taylor went back to Naughty Dog, if I'm not mistaken. I think somebody went back to
okay.
Naughty Dog, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that happened. I could be wrong. I think that's what I saw online, but that dude,
That'd be funny.
it's like I said, like Condrey did the same thing when World War II got changed up quite a bit after New Year's of that year. Condrey left, formed his own studio, and took people from Sledgehammer. And the Sledgehammer was a team like this big. Sledgehammer was this big. And Activision's like, wait, they're supposed to pump out a COD 2020 with Raven? They're not big enough for that. Treyarch, where the hell you at, bro? Oh, Black Ops 4 is going on? Done. Took him off Blackout to make COD 2020. Crazy stuff, man. But, oh, man, I'm very interested in what's happening in the next couple of years. Lots of changes, lots of canon changes, tie-ins, crossovers. This is crazy to think about. But any other last comments on this topic before we move on to our favorite segment?
Nope. We're good.
All right. I think it is just about time for some goofy comments with... Who are these people?
Who are these people?
All right. Starting off with a pretty funny one. I just saw this one today. The Menendez... quote, I make cocaine and stuff bundle comes with a little kilo brick of drugs as a charm, and the guns fire white dusty tracer rounds that poof white in impact. All right, I'm like, I made a Menendez video the other day.
Dang.
I'm like, that was an idea, bro. I gotta admit, that was a funny idea.
Someone hire that man.
Someone get this guy in the studio to make some. Oh, real quick too. I see comments that are like, they pump out all these bundles. Where's the content? Where's the 6v6 maps? Do you not realize a different department does that? Do people not? I guess common sense is out the window with that one. People don't realize. Anyway, yeah. By the way, Fajardi used the Black Ops 2 future Menendez model in the thumbnail today because there isn't a clean young Menendez model in Blackout, but there's an older one. So in case anybody was like, wait, why is older Menendez in a Cold War thumbnail? That's why. Came out great though. I'm sure you guys saw that one. Definitely stay tuned for more advertisements than content. 50 ads in a 20-minute video. Nice. So, quick reminder, YouTube's a free platform that can also place as many ads as they like on even non-monetized videos. I will also say I think 5-second skippable ads on a 20-minute video are fine. I don't see any issue with that. But, okay, maybe YouTube Red's on his wish list for this Christmas. We'll see if he ends up getting YouTube Red to disable all his ads. Talking about Menendez, again, not a Zombies video at all the other day. Talking about Menendez, does this mean we get a proper mob remaster? No, it doesn't, because Black Ops 2 Remastered isn't going to happen. If it does, it'll be a campaign-only remaster. I doubt they'll ever touch the multiplayer. Really doubt that one. And with Zombies, Blood of the Dead is your friend. You know what I mean? Hey, if they ever,
by the way, go to Matt. By the way,
yeah, Blood of the Dead's. I'm sorry, Greg. Blood of the Dead is better than Mob of the Dead because of a better quest, better side Easter eggs.
DK, you can't say that. He has come after me personally. I don't want.
Yeah,
I don't want
Greg will come after me. Hey, well, he's the one streaming the Gauntlet for Blood, man, in 2021, so he must like Blood a little bit. he might like Blood. I saw that. Dude. Yeah, I might do some Gauntlets with them soon, man. Ooh. Activision has the gaming revolution's balls in a vice. Watch out, you could be next. This one had me dying earlier. I'm like, here's something that I'm going to touch on later in this podcast, is that talking positively about a game that I enjoy playing and covering doesn't mean Activision is paying me to do that. I find that ironic. I also find it interesting that TGR is typically a lot more critical than I am on Twitter about the game. So I don't know how Activision has his balls in a vice. I don't really get that, but again, goofy comment there. I have a tweet I saw yesterday. My tweet about my stream that went up, reacting to the Summer Games Fest. This guy replied to my tweet saying, "Clickbait man." And I replied to him saying, "You gotta be joking." He then said, "Bro, I thought it was something about season 4. And I replied to him, I said, "It literally was. We watched the season 4 trailer live, broke it down, and are now analyzing other big announcements." Which I'm talking about
People think it was like a season 4 event or something. I'm so
and there was a panel, but it's called Summer Games Fest, not Call of Duty Games Fest. So it's like, if you tune into it, here's a lesson for everybody watching this right now. If you tune into a stream late, let's say, if you look at the description when you put into a stream, it'll say how many hours the guy's been streaming for. If you tune in 2-3 hours late, I'm pretty sure 99% of the time you probably missed what the title's talking about. Just saying. I gotta point that out real quickly. This one's funny. Red logo for season 4. I never even noticed seasons had logos. Someone tell me what he's talking about, purple or green. You know when you boot up the game every season, there's kind of a new logo and concept art. So I'm kind of I put this in
Yeah.
here because I was a little confused on what this meant. But
Yeah.
somebody
I
brought
don't know.
somebody
That
brought
was
to,
confusing. That's
somebody,
confusing.
yeah somebody brought to my attention that the red logo I'm talking about, it's actually more orange than red. I think I'm colorblind or something, because when I first saw the logo, it looked red to me, but now that I looked at it again in the gameplay trailer, it looks more orange. So Fajardi was right making it orange yesterday in the thumbnail. It is orange more than red. I think it's kind of a blend. A little.
I will say though, like this not only has much to do with the comment, but like I hope Sledgehammer. This is a small nitpick. I hope they go back to actually naming seasons like something else and just seasons. Like I kinda
Operation,
like,
yeah.
Like I kind of like that. You know, it's like each operation has its own name and theme.
Personality.
It kind of makes a little more personality. That's just a small thing though, just a small nitpick.
I like that, right? World War II and Blackout did that, but YouTube titles, bro. Those are gonna be those are fucking tough, man.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you title like
true.
I think they're gonna stay with the season number models because Fortnite does it. COD Mobile's doing it very well, and I think they're gonna keep that. But hey, operation names for World War II make a lot more sense. Why at the end there is Star Wars song? I saw this one, I'm like, huh? I'm sure I get copyrighted if it's a Star Wars song in my video. So this is kind of like, a little confused on that one. There's that. Nobody cares. No one will buy COD anymore. Don't hype things up when you, little nerd, already know that this COD will fail as well. And this comment did pretty well. Got a bunch of likes.
What's up, Bobby? How you doing, man?
I was gonna say the irony here is
Good, dude.
not
Hey,
Bobby, bro. Bobby
So
told
Bobby,
me.
how do you feel about Jason Blundell's responses? Like, did you
Bro, I opened my Google app the other day on my phone, and Google usually shows you articles that are relevant to what you search. And one of the articles I read was, "Does Bobby get paid too much at Activision?" Analysts say yes. And I'm like, whoa, they're going to say that at Bobby over at Activision, bro, taking that couple $1 million bonus. So yeah, I guess Bobby at Activision wants me to know that COD's going to fail this year because they themselves are tired of the franchise and want me to play Battlefield. So
great.
I see a lot of comments asking me like, "Oh, are you going to buy Battlefield? You're going to cover it?" And it's like, no disrespect, you can ask whatever you want, but it's like, I'm a COD channel and all. You think I can really make that jump and make that all work, especially for a $70 multiplayer game? It's going to get 4 updates in a whole year, which I'm going to assume there's 3-month gaps between those updates. I mean, how much content can I cover with that? Unless I was if I was a Twitch highlights type of channel that just post clips on YouTube from Twitch, then yeah, maybe. But I'm not too gameplay oriented. This one was good, man. Where's the early gameplay trailer then? Shit content, bro. Plus clearly you don't play the game and just release these shitty Twitter filler videos for money, seeing as how that pistol reward is clearly a Diamatti. So first off, gunfight tournament reward for the last tournament that got added. I recorded the video. I called it a Diamatti. As I was editing, I said, that's got 1911 to me. And there's no way to verify it in game to see what the name of the pistol is. I looked at it very hard. I'm like, I think it's a 1911. I first said it was Diamatti. I second guessed myself. Re-recorded it. Call it M1911. I was right the first time. It was a Diamatti. Quick mistake. Like I said, man, if I mix and match some skins, respectfully, correct me in the comments. It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. It's not that deep, right? If you're like, oh, you mismatched the skin, bro. You don't play the game, really. If you're new to my channel, maybe you'll think that. But if you've been around for a little while, you know I play the game a bit too much sometimes. He said, where's the early gameplay trailer? I don't know what video this is even on. I think it was when I talked about... what video was this, man? Let me look it up real quick. It was on a video where I'm like, how do you not know what I'm talking about here? Let me pull this up real quick. God, some of these comments, man. At least watch the video a little bit before you comment. Oh, what was this, man? Let me see. Was this what gameplay was this? It was in that roadmap you made for Jardy with that one Queen skin. Oh, it was the video where where we talked about the confirmation of Summer Games Fest. That was when they confirmed gameplay will premiere at Summer Games Fest. I'm like, yeah, and I mentioned that in the video. It doesn't say that the video has gameplay in it. It says the gameplay trailer is confirmed. So people can't read, man. Anyway, clickbait nerd. I love this one, man. Clickbait nerd. I've always asked people, can you list where I've clickbaited? And they never respond to me. So must not be able to find anything. If I watch this video and it ain't a new trailer on it, I'm unsubscribing and never watching another video. Please let me find out you clickbaiting like a mark when you make videos damn near daily and don't have to. I like when somebody says you make daily videos and don't have to. It's like, I don't have to do anything, but when it's my career, a full-time job, I think I have to post, right? I got to cover everything going on. So I like when people try to...
They want you to go homeless, DK. They don't want you to have food, dude.
I find it funny when people say you have like, oh, you don't need to post today, or this wasn't worth the video. Like, you don't have to watch it, man. There's timestamps to skip around if you want to. And see, timestamps are kind of time consuming. I'll tell you that. Timestamps take a minute sometimes to do, and I enjoy doing them. I think it makes. I feel like
that's a great addition from YouTube, by the way.
I think best feature in history of YouTube, by the way. Don't have me. But I want to say, not a lot of channels do it, especially in the COD scene, and I feel like it helps eliminate that confusion. If you guys don't know what a title means or the thumbnail, if you guys don't have much time to watch a video, you just want to skip to like a quick highlight of it, or you want to know what's going on.
I do, man.
I feel like
that's what I do.
I feel like timestamps are just the best way to just build some transparency between an audience and myself. But my God, dude, it's like people try to tell you how to do content. It's like, yeah, I mean, please pay my car payments, and then I'll stop posting, all right? Or something like that. I don't know, man. It's like the comments, bro. The balls people have, the audacity. It's funny, man. I think that about wraps it up for comments this week. Let me see. Did I go through this one? Oh, we'll wrap it up with this.
Go through the search results one.
I almost forgot that.
Do the search results
Okay,
one.
before that, though, the operators are so damn stupid. I'd much rather have actual characters. Zombie storyline means absolutely nothing now. Just a bunch of random dudes dropping in to kill zombies and collect intel every single time. Stupid as hell. Wow, not just a bunch of random dudes, a bunch of dudes who should be killing each other. This game is a complete joke. The game is effing pathetic. Shake my head. So, just when this dialogue tell a story, right? And if they cared that much about dialogue, I'm really curious how they felt about Alpha Omega, which had the best dialogue in Ether. Some of the best dialogue in Ether, by the way, which I'm sure they didn't pay attention to. That's one thing. A bunch of dudes should be killing each other. So people forget that who you play as in Zombies and Warzone isn't necessarily canon. Activision gives you the freedom to do it so that it increases sales for them with all the bundles. You can play as whoever you want in any mode that you want. It's a gameplay thing. That's not canon. You know, it's like you play as Samantha in Firebase or play as Samantha in the Outbreak Egg, and then Samantha's in the cutscene or Ravenov's asking for her, and you're playing as her. It doesn't actually make sense, right? So who you play as isn't canon. Hope that's clear. But again, I doubt this person paid any attention to Alpha Omega or Tagatoan's dialogue, which is very rich, by the way. Craig Houston went off of those maps. Cringe. This, something Fajardi brought up, I couldn't believe this. Go on incognito or go on another account who hasn't watched me before. Search dkdynamite, and girlfriend is the first thing that comes up. I'm like, are people actually searching for her? I'm wondering what the deal is with that one. I've had her in a video a couple of years ago. I was at like maybe 1,000 subs. We did a fun VR scary video together. You guys can still. I'll probably link it. I'll try to post it somewhere on Twitter or Discord. Go to my Discord server actually, chat later on. I'll post that throwback video in there. She's been on camera a few times. I live with her. We live alone. And yeah, I think we'll try to do a fun stream with her one day. Been together for like almost 5 years.
That's incredibly sus.
It's incredible.
Dude, I wonder who these people are, dude.
Who is searching this, man? Who wants to know? Yeah.
Exposed.
I'm like, bro.
Who's doing this? Who's doing
Yeah, I mean, she's on Twitter pretty often. You probably see us tweeting each other once in a while. So, chat, if you want to see... we simp for your girlfriend. There you go, man. There you go. Somebody, what happened yesterday? Yesterday I did a big Discord call during the stream. I hopped in with like 30 people in the Discord, and everybody was nice. There was no issues, but then there was one person that was like, "Can you fuck my wife?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "What is wrong with that? Like, what is going on here, man?" Sus comments, man. But anyway, yeah, we've been together for almost 5 years. We got to plan a collab or something. Have her come on stream or in a video at some point. I just haven't had a chance to. Maybe a Valentine's special or whatnot. She gets shy, so we'll see. But yeah, you'll see her on Twitter, and she's in my server sometimes. But yeah, I thought that was really funny. After girlfriend, it's Zombies, Dead Ops, Bombcast, BO4, Twitter, and YouTube. Those are interesting terms that come up when you search my name. I thought that was. Fajardi found it.
Twitter.
Yeah. I like the Dead Ops one. I'm like, yeah, I worked really hard on my Dead Ops content when it released with Black Ops Cold War. Dead Ops 3 is the shit. Hope everybody knows that. I love Dead Ops 3. I covered it quite a bit. BO4 comes up in here. I'm like, I have a couple BO4 juicers that I posted. One of my most viewed videos is, the free weapons one. After they revamped the black market, I made a whole video about how to get all the free weapons. That was a juicer video. I had fun making that. I think last and definitely not least, TGR went ahead and threw some comments in this chat that we have here. TGR has some weird comments here. First one, shut the F up, TGR. Only because they're in the Dark Ether doesn't mean that they have mutated. You can't theorize about Victus? What the fuck, man? Another one. Oh, favorite one. Dr. Fauci's a fraud. Take off the mask. By the way, give me Chronicles 2. what is like,
That
bro?
that guy just pulled something from there and then went back over here and then just
This
merged
guy
it
was
together.
like, this guy was like, yeah, let's grab something from the political scene, somehow tie it into Chronicles 2, which doesn't exist right now. I'm like, I don't know where that came from. Crazy, bro. Hopefully YouTube doesn't hit me for that one. We're just making fun here. We're not claiming any Russianist information here, bro. Please. And that, I think, will wrap things. I think we went over these comments last week.
Yep.
I think that's about it. Yeah, that's all the comments for this week. So are these people, but we'll be going over some very cringe TikToks that have false Call of Duty information in them. We'll talk about that later. Next up on this topic list here, I wanted to go into hacking being exposed even more real quick. So this is a quick topic, but I wrote this down a couple days ago. I was gonna forget about it. So I'm not gonna name any names. I think somebody big in the Warzone scene got exposed recently for using VPNs and hacking again. And I saw a comment underneath this exposure that I think Dexerto even covered this. So this person got exposed for cheating. This person, I think, has won thousands of dollars in tournaments as well, so it blows my mind. Somebody underneath this tweet ended up writing, in the next few years, I expect this, and I quote, but we're on keyboard and mouse, it's just aim assist for us. Controller players have it, why can't we? And it's all downhill from there. Watch it, I'm calling it in another 3 to 4 months. And what he's claiming is that there's going to end up being a controversy soon with like soft aim bots, constant radar, people that play on PC. And I'm like, it's a good point I wanted to bring up real quickly because the bar is continuously being raised for what you can use and what you can't use. Because I think we've kind of got to a point now where people are accepting VPNs now a little bit more. People are like, oh yeah, you're connecting to these, Indian or handicapped servers where people are shooting the sky. I think that's fine. But I'm like, you have $1,000 tournaments going on. Is like, are we accepting that now? Like, I'm really lost with this whole, with this whole acceptance of cheating in Warzone as it seems. Oh, but everybody else is hacking. I'm just going to use an aimbot. I'm just going to use a VPN. It's like, have we gotten to that point already? What's going on with that, man? What do you think about that, Revive?
Man, it's that whole stuff is just like, I can't. I don't even know, dude. I don't even know. I couldn't even.
I almost don't take competitive Warzone seriously just because of that issue. It's like, do you really know if they're winning? Are they cheating? Are they what kind of lobbies are they in? Like, I just do a private match. Put everybody in a private match, a big lobby, and have them face each other for the tournament. Don't put them in pubs.
I think that's what World of Warzone is. I don't know.
It might be, yeah.
I think what that is, which is how it should be, to be honest. Just so you eliminate that whole like, I'm using this VPN shit, like.
Someone said name him. If I can find the tweet, I will. It was Dexerto a couple of days ago.
I think the guy that got exposed was Z-Laner. I think.
Yeah, I'll scroll down. If someone doesn't believe this, I'll find
Z-Laner. There's no way. There's no way.
I think he was the one that got caught. I think.
There's just too many tweets.
Sure, though.
How do you? What is Z-Laner?
Yeah, Z-Laner officials is Twitter. I don't
Z-Laner.
know I think I remember seeing the tweet, and it was Z-Laner. That was the guy that got exposed.
Oh, cheater. Hold on, let me see. Let's see if it comes
not being
up.
a cheater, but he was using the VPN thing to.
Let's see if I can find. Let's see. Yeah. I hope I spelled his name right. Z-Laner, like Laner.
Yeah, Z-Laner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I did right when you searched it. A bunch of VPN tweets come up about. Yeah, I'll try to go. I'm gonna scroll on Dexerto for a little bit. It's Dexerto's esports page, I believe. I could be wrong. I saw this article today. I'm like, yeah, it gets me that. We're kind of just by the month, we're seeing more and more of this happening. Like, how does anybody take this seriously, dude? If you put them on a private match, it's all the same people competing, then sure. But here, is this one it? Oh, here's a cheater that got exposed live. Not a big content creator. You make the game not fun for other people. That's fine. I don't care. Warzone hacker was streaming live on Twitch earlier today without a care in the world, telling others to simply find another game. Damn. They made an article about that one. Yeah, it's just, I see this every week, bro. Something new. Somebody's exposed. VPNs, this, that, controllers, fucking. It's like, when is this going to stop, man? I just, I wrote this down here because I'm like, I see more and more accusations coming out about bigger and bigger channels. And I'm like, does anybody take this seriously, or am I just crazy for just doubting all this shit? I mean, and then someone's throwing in the accusations about Adderall and whatnot and this cover up, and I'm like, that's a whole other can of worms I don't know much about yet. I'll read about it later. I'm just like, what is going on here, dude? The whole competitive scene of Warzone's a mess right now. There's some good people in there, don't get me wrong, but there's just so much accusation and controversy. It's like, where do we start with that? What do you think, Vajrati? What's going on here?
I think since we don't know like exactly if it's Z-Laner, we probably shouldn't hate him already.
Yeah, I'm not even trying to. Yeah, I don't even know.
I just like go off of memory. I might forget. I have a pretty shit memory. So, but I think that's who it was. I think. I think.
Well, I mean, even then, I mean, I'm pretty sure like a lot of people are VPNing now. It just
yeah.
because I don't know where this switch came, but like it seems like people are like, yeah, like we're just gonna start allowing VPNs and like
I
normalizing
really
it
don't
for
like
some
that,
reason.
man. It's the same thing as kind of like, uh, like stroking the fucking cow a little bit and saying, "Oh yeah, SBMM has ruined multiplayer. Let's just fucking cheat. Soft aimbot, VPN. The game's unplayable, guys. We gotta cheat a little bit to get our gameplays and win our tournaments. Why have we gotten to that point? It's like what? Oh my god, man. Let's see.
Well, I mean, people can do whatever they want in Warzone. I'm not gonna be playing Warzone, so I I don't care.
Yeah, that's what I can't. I wish I could find the article, man. It was just the other day I saw it. Maybe did Charlie Intel say something about it? Let's see. Yeah, but either way, guys, it's just seeing big names like that. It was somebody who won something, the Twitch rivals. Let's see.
FaZe Booyah?
Is that his name? It was
Someone
somebody.
in chat said FaZe Booyah.
It was somebody that won something
Squad.
big at Twitch. I don't know if it was a Nuke Squad person. I remember reading something about how this individual had won something big at a Twitch rivals event or something, and now they're being exposed for cheating and whatnot. That's all I remember about it. I'm not trying to name any names. I'm not trying to accuse somebody who didn't do it, but I remember reading this article, and that's why I brought this up, because I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And that's what I'm saying. The future of multiplayer in Warzone is very interesting to me, the community-wise. Like, what is going to happen? What's going to be allowed and tolerated in the next few years if this bullshit continues? People that have numbers or have big positions on YouTube gotta chill out with like, oh, SVMM's so bad. You're just creating this sheep mentality. The game's unplayable, and it's not true. But people that keep edging that on, it's like it's just leading to more acceptance of the cheating. It's ridiculous. It's really getting annoying at this point. But like Vajari said, he won't be playing Warzone. So I mean, hey man, I don't know what the future holds for this, but it's really interesting to see how we've gotten to this point now. I wonder what else is going to be. It's like the guy said in the tweet that I mentioned. At some point, we're going to be accepting soft aimbots. They're like, oh yeah, well, if they're cheating with VPNs, I should be able to use a soft aimbot. I'm on keyboard and mouse. I don't have aim assist. Let's turn that on. Controllers have it. I agree. I think that we're going to get to that point at some point. So, as like I said, no disrespect. If people are successful off Warzone, streaming, whatnot, more power to them. But if they got caught cheating, I can't say I'm surprised. I really can't see it. It's not fun to see stuff like that. I've seen 1 to 2 hackers max. I've never seen that many. I play more Rebirth than Verdansk, but I just don't get it, dude. You know what I mean?
I've seen like no hackers really in Rebirth. I've only seen them in Verdansk personally.
I agree. I fully agree. I haven't really seen. Let me see. Warzone cheating exposed. I can't find much about it, but it was an. Oh, is this the guy? Oh no, this is old. I'm looking for. Why is there so many old articles? Man? I want to see new stuff. Let's look up the Dexerto Warzone cheating and see if that comes up at all. Yeah, somebody mentioned FaZe Booyah got exposed for using a VPN. That sucks, man. He's in Nuke Squad as well, which is like on the up and up right now for Warzone streaming. Let's see. Yeah, just look alone here. I mean, there are so many articles being written about this. It's insane. I mean, Dexerto and they're making bank off these articles. Everybody's reading about this shit. But yeah. Oh, is this? Let me see. January. Warzone team banned from 250,000 Twitch Rivals event after cheating scandal. Damn. I mean, it's been going on for a minute. Anyway, moving on from that, I did want to bring up too that I've seen a lot of comments lately, and we've talked about this already, but people that say that I'm like, oh, an Activision shill, corporate cocksucker, Treyarch could do no wrong. It's like, if I enjoy this game, right? If I'm enjoying this game and covering it, why does that automatically make you think that I'm paid to do it? Is it not possible to like this game because you don't like it that much? It's like, I don't get that, but I wrote something down here that I found funny. There are people out there who actually do White Knight information. There's people out there that literally come out and say, and I quote, I love skill-based matchmaking. There's people like that are literal corporate shills. Literally people that want that Activision partnership so bad. But you're talking to me. It's like, I don't get that, man. It's like, I really don't get when I see that. I see people out there that are like, leaks are so bad. I hate leaks. Don't show me leaks or I'm going to block you. It's like, everything to do with marketing these days in any part of the industry, games, music, movies, TV shows, leaks are everywhere, my guy. It's hard to avoid them. I respect if you're like, hey, I want to wait for the trailers. I want to wait for the official announcement. I don't care about the leaks. I respect that. But for somebody to say, oh, you are an evil person, I'm going to block you if you even mention a leak or if you slip up on accident. Those are the people that are actual corporate shills. They're like, oh, I please want the creator code. Please. I want to make sure I look on my best behavior. That's what that is, bro. But me saying I like the game, like, it's not just me either. A lot of other content creators that are actually enjoying the game get butchered for it. And I don't understand that. And then now it's even worse with, Battlefield's gonna beat it. Fuck you, fuck Vanguard. It's like, we've gotten to such a crazy stage in the community. People don't even know what they're saying anymore. But it's just, it happens. I've seen it. I mean, Revive, I'm not naming any names, but you know what I'm talking about. People out there saying, I love SBMM, don't show me any leaks, I'm gonna block. Like, that literally happens every day. It happened today again. I saw it on Twitter again. I'm like, I saw somebody that was like, they were theorizing that Treyarch's tweet today about the prologue to Berlin being the Outbreak Easter egg. This guy was speculating that it could be something else, not Outbreak Second Quest. And that's fine to speculate, but people were replying to this guy saying, hey, by the way, this means Outbreak Second Quest. The guy then put out.
Said it.
I mean, it's common sense, first of all. But this guy then went ahead and said, but I hate theorizing on Twitter now because everybody's always correcting me with leaks. I mean, that's not a leak, bro.
There's a blog,
nothing leaked about that.
The blog where they said that the start of season 4 will be a Outbreak Easter egg. Like the second one, like what the fuck are we doing here, dude?
I saw that tweet. I'm like, bro, leaks have nothing to do with this.
Stop anyone from theorizing either.
I know.
I think people where it's like, you can't theorize about this and that. I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying it can't be those things, but when there's such like big proof about something, and you want to completely forget about any of that and be like, it could be that. Like, I get that, but it's like you have to use some common knowledge when it comes to when you're theorizing. It's cool to theorize, but it's even cooler to theorize when you add on top of something that already has evidence to it.
I know.
It's cool to theorize when you actually know something's going to happen and you theorize more about it, not try to go away from that, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, man.
I think I found their guy, by the way, real quickly. Somebody said in chat, Bad Boy B-Man. I don't know if he was the one cheating, but he exposed 600 people for cheating or something like this. This is a big story from March 6th. I don't think we're talking about. Yeah, so like I said, chat, this goes back months ago. This has been something. It's nothing new, but the cheating scandals and shit, that's it's insane. Anyway, though, it's something that it's like I noticed before. You see people out there, they want to theorize, go for it. The theories don't have to even be remotely true, but then when you start blaming people for correcting you when you're talking out of your ass, it's like, come on, man. It's like, what do you expect? When you say something like, hey, I think this, and the evidence is there to disprove that, people aren't even trying to be rude to you by correcting you, but they want you to know the truth. And
true. It's not a leak. It's literally what the
I know.
Say. It's like, come on.
Same thing happened with Outbreak, bro. There were ciphers about fire teams being deployed to the Ural Mountains. Kravchenko was talking about it, and the same person was like, leaks keep telling me that it's this new open world zombies mode. It's like, no, people were talking about ciphers that proved an Outbreak mode was coming, and this guy just didn't know what the hell was going on. So, all that aside, man, moral of the story is the community lately has been really interesting to me. It's like I wrote in the topics box. We already touched it now, but I am losing brain cells with people sometimes. The vacation I took recently was great. It was a must-need vacation. Yeah. I came back ready to cover content. I've been loving this past week in terms of marketing and stuff, but the community, bro, oh my God, what I've been seeing lately.
I want to say something specifically about the zombies community, just in terms of a lot of this negativity and a lot of what's going on. I don't have a good feeling about the future. I don't. I want to say I do, but I just don't. About the community itself and how things are going. I don't know what's going to happen with this negative and just everything that's going on. People can be like, I'm not talking about the games itself. I'm talking about just the community. I don't know what's going to happen because it's just so much negativity and so much like cringe. It's like, I don't know, man.
Hey, bro, if they're saying Battlefield's gonna take over and that's their game, bro, let them fucking go, dude. Get rid of all these people that are just gotta sweep all these people out of here, man. We don't need them. This negativity, bro. Go ahead.
With what Revive said, with like the negativity. I mean, someone in chat just said it's only 1% of the community, but that 1% is on every single Treyarch tweet, on every single tweet, on every single post, on every single YouTube channel. Bro, like I looked at the new Outbreak teaser that released today, of Zoo, which is actually great, by the way. The caption with it relates to an intel where you figure out where the one was actually name dropped. So that's Eric tweeted that out, actually. Yep. And I was looking at the comments. Only first comment: story sucks. What is this? We don't like Outbreak. I'm gonna play this for 2 seconds and then go back to what I was doing, and why?
And a quick point too.
People.
This year, you don't have the Red Austin 27s, Mr. Roth Waffles making story breakdowns, and that's fine. They've moved on to other things. Bless them. Eric Cal, a lot of other people too, have done essentially what they were doing for Black Ops 3 and games around that. Eric and Cal have become, to me, the front runners for storyline breakdowns and theorizing and whatnot. So if you don't watch them, I get it, man. They don't have massive channels. Maybe you don't know who they are. That's why I try my best to talk about them as much as possible. Get their names out there. But I saw even on Milo's tweet, Milo was like, "Oh yeah, Valentina this, Valentina that," and somebody replied to him like, "Who are these? Like, who are those people? Why should I care?" It's like, so because the people you usually watch back in the day aren't talking about it, it doesn't exist. I mean, where did that come from? You know what I mean? And yeah, it's like what Jared said with the zoo teaser and whatnot. It's like
disgusting hate on it for no reason.
Comments about like, oh, the region's gonna come out. I'm gonna get tier 5 on the new perk or whatever, and that's it. I'm moving on. It's like, but what did you get in Black Ops 4 and 3? Right? Black Ops 3, nothing. It was just the maps. Black Ops 4, you had the gauntlets, the rush, whatever else. Black Ops Cold War, you're getting all this new shit. I mean, you didn't have this before. So I just, brain cells, man. I'm at a loss for words with it. I don't even know how to break it all down, but it's across everything too. It's not just zombies, but that's a big part of it. It may be the 1%, sure, but that 1% was enough to drastically change how Activision handled Black Ops 4, games after that. That 1% may not be very much, but that 1% may play a big role in, how feedback works, how developers listen to feedback. I mean, developers have feelings, man. You hurt their feelings too when you just talk straight shit. And it hurts me to think about Treyarch putting in all this passion to like Outbreak, to multiplayer, putting a nuke into Die Hardpoint, and then you have these people just under their tweets saying, F you, this sucks, I want this, I want that. I hope they're used to it by now and they've just ignored it. But imagine putting in your blood, sweat, and tears to a project that people are just hating on without even playing for no reason, right? Oh, it's just campaign. It's like, do you play campaign?
Bro, that might have been one of the things of why Blundell was like, all right, I'm out, dude. Like, I'm just tired of it, dude.
Yeah, man. It's like brain cells at this point. Tim Hansen literally said in a video at the end of BO4, it was time for most of the community to move on. That obviously isn't the case. Yeah, well, I think a lot did. Or go ahead first, Jardy. Go ahead first, and
I was gonna say, well, he's technically right. Where most of the community realistically should move on, because this is the first zombies game where it's free. It's clearly catering to a different audience, and it's working. And they're going to continue to cater to that audience because it's making zombies the most popular it's ever been in the last 10, 11 years that it's been in existence for Call of Duty.
Yeah, what I laugh at is when, it's like you said, it's working. Numbers prove it. Activision emphasized that in their investors call. But then people who don't agree with the content direction they're going with this year will say, oh no, it's not working. It's not working. Says who? Says Activision with the investors numbers? Or says you, who has the power to sit behind a keyboard on Twitter and Reddit and talk some shit? Who's in charge here? You know what I mean? Who actually has the evidence that it's working and who doesn't? It's that simple. But like Tim Hansen was saying, I mean, it's true. They should have moved on for BO4 because this is a fresh step. But clearly, as much as people say, I'm done with COD, F this, Battlefield, clearly they're coming back. They're still here. And I hope this game marks an end of an era for Black Ops 4 didn't do it. I hope this game does it, where it truly shows people you got to move on with your life, man. It's not working for you. Goodbye. You know what I mean? Yeah, somebody wrote, watch how these people be when Berlin comes out. They're going to do the Easter egg, run to Twitter and complain. But yeah, I mean, Fajardi said it as well. I mean, it's exactly what it's going to be. And it's the same thing with, there was a pandemic, should have delayed the game. That wasn't an option, bro. That's not how Activision works.
That wasn't there. That wasn't Treyarch's.
And it's not Treyarch's choice either. So it's like, I mean, do the people at Treyarch want to be employed and put out a game when they're told to? Or they just want to, Activision, we're wearing masks. We got to work at home. We can't.
What do you want them to do? Like, yeah, guys, so the Treyarch devs are all like, yeah, guys, so we're completely stopping development. We're all going to put this massive effort to stop. We're going to put up our fronts to Activision.
They're going to go protest in front of Activision HQ, bro. Yeah, we don't want to work, man. We don't want to get paid. We just want to. It's like, man, and that's another thing too. I mean, to kind of wrap up this topic on community and drama and whatnot, there's channels that still exist. All they post is negativity. They fuel what I consider this complete garbage that's in the community. It needs to stop. There's channels out there that fuel this. I won't name them, but all they post is, I'm done with COD. This is why the game's a problem. I'm not a fan of this. Why are you still posting then? Is that your only form of income? It's all you've invested in? Like, why are you still covering this?
There's a difference between constructive criticism and hating and completely putting things to shame and saying this.
Just ignoring things.
Yeah.
It's like there's a difference, dude. People like I want the game to get better, and people do too. That's why we put out our constructive criticism about the game to make it feel better and suggestions on how they could do it. Not just say game shit. No, sorry, you're done. Like you don't just lay everything off. Be like, yeah, sorry, game shit. I'll just talk about it for a whole year how the game is so shit because I need to fucking gain subs. So let me just say 5,000 things about how the game's shit.
I think a big part of this too is the way content works in Call of Duty has changed over the years. It's not about the storyline channels, your guide channels. Those are kind of fading away now. It's kind of like you have a couple story channels here and there. Guides aren't needed. Now it's pretty much news leaks, and then you have your Twitch highlight channels. I've never seen the amount of channels like this years ago where people just stream on Twitch, make a living, thousands of dollars a month, crazy Twitch subs, huge success. They then hire an editor to take all that content, their stream highlights, and put on a YouTube channel to then triple the profit. That is the new way that I've seen Call of Duty content being made, right? So, and you could thank Warzone for that one, but everything is changing, and it's if you can't adapt to that, then don't. You don't have. No one's forcing you to, but you can't come on to the new norm. You can't look at devs' tweets and look at the marketing and say, oh yeah, it needs to be this way. Activision's being told otherwise by their success and their numbers, man. It's got to accept that. But yeah, man, it's one thing. I think it's a good thing to kind of get this out, emphasize what we're talking about here on a podcast, not jamming into videos or put in Twitter threads. Getting it off our chest, I think, is good to talk about. I think that the community has a lot of work to do. Will it ever change? I don't know, but I think there's a real lack of maturity in some people out there that just, I don't know if it's going to take them a couple more years to grow up. I don't know if this is a cycle that continues and it doesn't go away. I don't know what it is, but people just got to move on, man. I think people just got to move on. It's something across every mode in the game. I guarantee people that are complaining about, multiplayer maps and zombies, multiplayer maps, or campaign maps and zombies. Did you even play a campaign in multiplayer? Probably not. Why are you complaining? But yeah, just wanted to kind of get that off my chest real quickly with the community and whatnot.
Yeah, yep.
I think we'll wrap up this podcast with our TikTok cringe, man. I love some TikTok cringe, man.
Yeah.
I really, lately I've been seeing there's a lot of full-time TikTokers that make Call of Duty videos about news and whatnot. And they just don't know what they're talking about, man. I'm not saying I'm better in any way than anybody here, but straight up information that's debunked in 5 seconds. So let's start with a couple of these here. Oh man, this is fun. And if you're listening to this on a audio platform, iTunes, Spotify, I'll still explain this the best way I can. But without playing any of this audio, because I don't want to overlap our audio. This guy has a TikTok here who said huge leaks for zombies. Major Twitter leaker Addy says we're going to see as many as 6 new maps in colder zombie. Let me actually window capture this first so people can see what I'm talking about here. Should I play the audio or should I just read it? I'll just play the audio for it. What do you think, Fajari? Should I play it or just?
I mean,
it's only 8 seconds.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, go for it.
Actually, I'll just read it. So this guy, essentially what this guy did on TikTok, he said, okay, reliable leaker on Twitter, Addy source, that we're going to see as many as 6 round-based maps in Cold War Zombies. 1 per season, that is. And I'm like, wasn't that debunked like instantly once Season 2's roadmap got revealed? But okay, kind of confused on that one. Here's another one. Even more big leaks for zombies from the same guy. Future Zombies content reported on a possible new map, Mar der Toten, going to be set in East Berlin in the 80s. Some areas to fight in the street. There's also going to be some areas in the buildings. That's going to be chunks of the map from both Kino der Toten and Verrückt. Huh? It's like,
dude, there's still some people that actually think that's the name of the map, which it could
Mar
be,
der
but
Toten.
that's probably not the name of the map.
What is this one? Blatant hacking. Wait, it's called blatant hacking, but funny because idiots fall for this shit. Oh, I'm going to play this real quick. Shout out to wait, hold on. Who's that? Let me see. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Let me see what the end of this.
Are those names that
Kismet, right? Am I saying right? Kismet?
Yeah, are those custom file names?
Yes, they are.
That they put?
Yeah, Kismet from the lore chat Discord. Thank you for sending me these TikToks. Let me see what 44 seconds long. So blatant hacking, but idiots fall for it. What is this? I want to see what this is. I'll be careful with audio because it might be copyrighted music. So blatant hacking. Wait, what is this person doing? So he's on a computer running around a D Machina. What is this person doing? I'm gonna skip around a little bit. Oh, let me see what he says. Actually,
this gun.
Hold up.
Level 6. All right. level 6. This gun.
Let me see what he's
Yeah, you
saying.
probably tried
guys?
playing audio.
I am.
This gun level max instantly. Everything's maxed out. This gun's just gonna keep leveling up, get so much XP. I don't know how this works. I really don't know, but I'm sure they're gonna.
So this guy, okay, I know what's going on here. This guy's trying to provide a strat for how to rank up your weapons quick, and he's literally hacking. People are. Bro, TikTok is unmatched, bro. We were ranting about Twitter, Reddit, but TikTok's a whole other. I mean, yeah, you don't even need. Yeah, Kismet's right. You need audio for this. You're right. Cute cow video. Forget everything you just watched.
It's in the audio, man.
Let's do this cute cow video. Did you guys know that map D Machina is in transit? Oh man, that's a groundbreaking revelation here. Hold on, let me play this.
I didn't know that.
Did you know?
Huggers.
I didn't know.
Huggers.
That was past me.
Playing audio.
What you want to do is search for this cornfield.
Really?
Duck off, keep going. And here we
OMG.
go, ladies and gentlemen. The original map.
Oh,
Y'all would know
no.
nothing about the original.
See, at least some of these are more lighthearted. When you're actually trying to convince somebody of something that's not true, that's really cringe. But that was just a fun one. Firebase Z exact replica of Dome, huh? Let's just. I'll play the audio with this one. I hope it's not
Dome.
Earlier today, Treyarch Studios tweeted this. In this tweet it says, Project End Station was only the beginning. They are confirming that there's a new zombies map coming to Call of Duty Cold War. Now right away, at first glance, this map gives me an exact replica of Dome from Modern Warfare 3 and a little bit of Ascension from Call of Duty Black Ops 1.
Oh my
Comment down below
god.
what you guys think it's going to be.
Yeah, you guys have the link to this folder, right? You guys are clicking along as I am?
Yeah,
okay.
these are.
Okay, Dome from Dome from Modern Warfare invented domes, by the way. Austin Thompson, thank you, buddy. Let me read that comment real quick. Austin Thompson, much love, man. He said, almost forgot to pay for. Oh, I really appreciate that, my guy. Appreciate you being here, my guy. Thank you. Yeah. Dome invented domes. Jeb had a vision of merch making pap. Wait, what?
This is the story behind Pack-a-Punch.
Jeb Brown.
On April 18th, 1885,
I
a
can't
man
click on
named
them.
Jeb
I saw
Brown
this one.
had a
I
vision.
saw. Oh, that's so.
He had a
cringe.
vision that we got merch. I made this hoodie to keep you guys warm.
I
And
can't
on the
click on
back,
them,
I want to
so
remind
I don't know
you
why.
and others to be awesome every day of your lives. So if you want a cup of hoodie, link is in my bio.
So a merch plugin. Okay. What is this? Cool Cocklays, the bus driver. What is this?
I haven't seen this one.
Only
Oh,
OGs
no, I
remember
can see
this.
it. This one didn't make sense to me.
What is this?
Now I am not stopping. Fuck you. Get your ass up.
What are these TikToks, bro? What is going on here? My guy gets everything he possibly can wrong about Orda. Oh, that's fun. Let's see this one.
This is the story of the Orda.
The story of the
At the beginning
Orda.
of time, there was the Ether and the Keeper.
Holy
shit.
Hold up. I started it. There's already Keeper references. Those don't exist anymore. So that's already wrong. Hold up. Let's keep going.
And started experimenting with it. But it corrupted them and eventually they started a war against other keepers. The corrupted ones lost the war and they got banished to the Dark Ether. And from being in the Dark Ether for eons, they turned into creatures like this, called the Apothecans. Some of them evolved into Margwas, some of them evolved into the creatures we see in Revelation.
No.
But now, we can add the Orda to the list of Apothecans.
Is that the
The
Zig?
Orda and other Apothecans are elder gods.
Yeah.
And we know this because the stranger on day 1646 says that
Wait.
he sees this for the first
Who?
time.
What?
And that survivors around him are calling it an elder god. And we've seen elder gods before. The Ascension group tried to get the blood of an elder god to build the Agarthan device. And even before that, Jeb Brown, the creator of the Pack-a-Punch, gets told by the Keepers to make the Agarthan device, and one of the items he needs is the blood of an elder god, but there was no submarines at the time, so he would have died.
Ooh, okay. That guy's really
Holy
trying.
shit.
That guy's really trying. That's not true.
It's the Zig. Respect the Zig. Respect the Zig.
Yeah, my guy just makes educated guesses. Yet there is a new map and a new wonder weapon like all maps. Also, Berlin is the final round-based map apparently. But yeah, that's also not true, by the way. The reason they labeled Outbreak as DLC 2 is because they know there's only 2 more DLCs left in that sense with Berlin and one more map.
Yeah, why would they? Yeah, see,
That
I
does-
don't
yeah.
get the. I don't get the Berlin is the last map
Yeah,
thing
and
either at all.
I'll
Because
tell you why that is, because data miners don't know what they're doing, who do export all on Greyhound. They don't know what they're talking about. They can only find references to one more round-based map, which is Berlin. They don't actually know anything beyond that, because they have a pre-alpha build of Cold War, which is limited information in it. They can't see anything past the upcoming update for season 4. So again, misinterpreted.
Eventually, the well is
well
gonna
runs
run dry.
Yeah, the well's running dry, my guy.
Sure.
Data miners will realize they don't actually have sources, and Greyhound doesn't count. So next one we have here is, yeah, my guy just makes educated guesses. Yet there's a new map. Okay, let's read this. What's this one?
The next Black Ops Cold War Zombies map is going to come in Season 4 Reloaded, and it is going to take place in Berlin. There is for sure going to be a new wonder weapon and more than likely a new boss enemy. We don't know much more other than that. This also could be the last round-based zombies map coming to Black Ops Cold War, so let's hope it's a good one.
Why does he have footage of the season 3 outro cutscene? How is that relevant to zombies in any way? He could have made some effort.
This is Nick. Hey, I know this guy. No,
Who is this?
Wait, this Icon Nick. This is my friend, dude. What the fuck? Why is he here? Dude, what the fuck? Why are you making TikTok, dude? What's going on? Dude,
Bro, I'm done, dude. What the fuck?
What's going on, dude?
Oh my god, bro. And you knew this guy. There's no wait. What?
I know this guy. He follows me on Twitter. I talk to him, bro. What's going on, dude?
Why don't you ask him why he put season 3's outro cutscene in this zombie TikTok? I'm kind of confused. Zero
know,
relevance, by the way.
Oh my god, the first tweet I see is new TikToks.
Oh, what is this? What is this Twitter? The iconic Nick?
The Icon Nick, yeah. That's dude. What? Oh, dude, what the fuck? Dude, I didn't see this at first. I didn't see this one at first.
Bro, Nick, where are you at, man? New TikToks are up. Maybe go show some love. Yeah, this guy's heavy on TikTok. By the way, chat, if anybody's wondering, like, how TikTok content works, I know people that are partnered on TikTok. I will tell you, just like YouTube Shorts, they don't actually make money. I would say big TikTok stars, Bella Porce, for example, other big ones out there, they probably make most of their money from, partnerships, sponsorships, brand deals, all that. CPMs of TikTok videos, short-term content, like YouTube Shorts, they don't make any money. So if anybody's interested in like how content works, how you make a career off of it, how to make a living off of it, TikTok ain't the way, my guy. TikTok ain't the way. I'm just pointing that out. Not talking about Icon Nick at all. I'm saying in general, general sense of how TikTok works. I know people that are partnered that make pennies off of 100K views, so it's not necessarily a good way to go down.
Yeah, I got a DM from Kismet, and she said she's sorry that your friend was in there.
Yeah, it's all right. Iceman sent me something. Iceman sent me a TikTok I want to pull up real quick. What was the one the other day I was dying at? What was the one hold up. Oh, here's a good one. The Call of the Dead trailer makes me realize how little effort Treyarch puts in the character story and development now. I'll pull it up real quick.
One forsaken crew
I'm playing this one.
and a shipload of the undead.
Is that ironic he chose a celebrity map to say that? When these characters get development in one map and never get seen again? So, isn't that a bit ironic? Called Dead of all maps? Okay. We'll see more character development in Outbreak Second Quest. There's that one. I have some more in this Google folder here. The Glacier zombie map is coming. Wait, what is this?
Even more leaks about zombies. Major leaker Addy Source has reported more info on another new map.
That TikTok is so bad.
Set inside a glacier in a big mountain, and the cool thing
I
about this
respect
one is
the grind,
it's going
but,
to be vertical. Everything's going to be up and down, and the only way to get
Everything's
to
going to be
the
up and
area
down. What's this, die-res? What?
to the map is by
Spud
using
Stally.
portals.
What happened? Spud Stally. Oh, Spud. What was the funny TikTok yesterday, man? I'm pulling my camera roll real quick. Hold up. There was one that was so funny. We were talking about it, Fajordi. I sent it to you, and you're like, "Oh, you saved it." Hold on, let me pull it up real quick. What the hell is it?
Oh, it was another. Yeah, it was another one. Kismet actually sent.
I found it
in the large chat.
Oh, with JC in it. Oh no! Hold on, I'm gonna send it to our chat real quick. Oh no! Unless you have it, do you have access to it? Hold up, I'm pulling it up. I found it.
I don't have access to it.
I just pasted it in our chat. Let me see if it plays here. Oh my god!
It will.
Let's see.
Zombie Chronicles 2 may have just been teased. This comes after there was a mysterious guy in the background of an OG zombie YouTuber stream. As you can see down below, there comes a point in the stream where JC Backfire leaves to get a water. When he does, this mysterious man gets up and sits in the chair. He then takes off the mask and turns around. If you couldn't tell, that's Jason Blundell, the same person that revealed Zombie Chronicles 1 with JC Backfire back in 2017.
So I get the connection here. It's like, oh, they revealed the first Chronicles. What is it this time? But I think I cringe more at the fact that I got shit on last year for saying a Chronicles 2 was in development for BO4, which got scrapped. But now this year, everybody's like, oh, Chronicles. What? Come on, bro. But anyway, TikTok is a new breed, my guy.
The TikTok you just watched, when I saw it yesterday, I was like, I don't know what this TikTok like kind of like trend where the person like they're talking just right into the camera, just Call of Duty Warzone. It's I've seen a lot of people do it like that, where they're just directly right in the camera, bang, and it's so weird. I have no idea why people do it like that.
Yeah, I just, oh my God, dude. I mean, I'm just not a fan of the platform, man. If you guys are successful on it, you guys like it, go for it, man. Whenever I open it up, it's just half naked bitches shaking their tits and ass. I don't really find any enjoyment out of it.
And I just, it's like,
I feel it's embarrassing to open up, like, if I'm around my grandma, my girlfriend, who wants to see that, man? It's disrespectful. It's embarrassing. That's all I see on it. I don't use it. I deleted the app. But to see the Call of Duty news trend on TikTok be that bad, I'm just like, yikes. And the problem is there's so many people on TikTok that it really strays the community perception of things. When so many people are listening to those TikToks, that's what they'll believe. They're not watching YouTube videos to verify this. They're watching the quick short-term TikTok, content, and that's what they're gonna believe. And it's like, it's sad to see misinformation like that being spread so quickly on this platform. It's actually
what's it called? Is TGR doing TikTok? Maybe he should do it just so people don't get no more.
He's kind of on and off with it. He got partnered, but he reached the level to start making money off of it and realized that there's not really a point to do them if you're trying to make some money. If you're doing it as a career, it might just be something for a hobby.
I told Matt, if you want to like pop big on TikTok, like go do duets with these people that are putting misinformation, and it's like with in his voice,
debunk it
with his commentating voice, debunk it, and then like when he gets into things, he gets really into things. And
yeah,
I think
Matt was hosting our podcast.
Like,
yeah, Matt was hosting our podcast. He was the host of this. He goes off on tangents. I mean, he's passionate. Yeah. He'll talk. He was the host that time when he was on. He came on twice. He had a lot to say. So no, genius idea. Have him duet some of these fake news TikToks. It's like I said, chat. You guys know how I feel about the whole Chronicles 2 thing. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Let's look at new content. Let's accept the fact that game development's hard. Things are in development. Could be near completion. Could be near release and get scrapped. So that might be what happened with this. If anything, if you ask me what I think personally, Green Run, Region, and Outbreak as its own little playlist, separate from the other ones we have right now. That's all I see. I don't see round-based buried happening. I don't see any of that shit. If it happens, it happens. I'll take it. But I'm looking forward to new content and Treyarch's new beginning with what they have planned for Black Ops Cold War and COD 2023. But bro, the TikToks, man, I just. What do I say about it? I'm like, I mean, they do it on purpose too, right? If you're a male or female. Amber, my girlfriend, opens up TikTok. She'll see kitties. She'll see monkeys. She'll see funny, cute shit. I open it up. I see half-naked women. I see hoe-ass shit. I see people talking about cheating on their boyfriends. I'm like, why are you showing me this TikTok? You know that I'm a male and you're showing me this. I don't want to see that. Bro, it's like, come on, man. I'm not down bad or I have to see stuff like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you look at someone like Bella Porsche, TikToker, got big off goofy videos, and look where she's at. She brand deals, sponsors, music videos. God bless them. If you could find a way to make it somehow on news, social media platforms, go for it. But COD news, please stay off TikTok, man. It's just at least verify something first if you want to do it.
We gotta find that TikTok of the one guy who said your YouTube intro actually with the bus.
Oh my God,
this
bro.
This is a teaser. This is the teaser at the end of the Cold War Zombies trailer. These maps are going to be revealed next week.
I actually might be able to
transit remake.
I might be able to find it. What month was Cold War? When was the multiplayer reveal for Cold War? I might be able to find that. Hold up.
September, October.
I actually might. I might be able to find it. I'm going to scroll through my videos right now. So essentially, chat, if you guys are confused, over in the multiplayer reveal for Cold War, they showed zombies at the end, right? I then made a video about a day later. And you guys know my transit intro. I have a bus intro for my zombie-specific videos. Somebody on TikTok stole my intro, put it in their TikTok and said, this is a new teaser for the transit remake in Cold War. I'm like, what in the And I'm not going to strike the dude. I'm not going to take him down. But I commented on it. I'm like, huh? I'm like, what? And I don't think the guy ever replied to me. Let me find it. September, what date was it? Multiplayer reveal for Cold War. Let me find it real quick.
September 9th.
September 9th? Oh, thank you. Somebody put in chat. Who was that?
All this crap only happened to DK. Did I swear to God?
I've seen some stuff, bro. I'm not big by any means. I'm only at 60K. I've seen some shit, though. I will tell you that much. I've seen some crazy shit. I'm looking right now. I have to find this. There's no way I don't find it right now. And how... September 9th, huh? Maybe, let me see. Fuck, bro. Where was it? I swear I screen recorded it somewhere. Let me go to screen recordings. Damn, bro. If I can't find it right now, I will go ahead and post in Discord later if I end up finding it. September 9th, 2020, right? Let me see. I have seen some crazy ass shit, accusations. I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff, man. Imagine if he became super famous and tried to strike you instead. That's a reverse Uno card right there, bro. What if he got me? I stole his TikTok or something.
There's
Big brain?
no conceivable way you can win that in court, ever.
Yeah. Well, I don't own the transit bus one either, so we all lose, right?
Well, but we all lose. You own that intro because you bought it. So.
I do have that intro.
And it's not even a transit bus. It's a
transit didn't invent the bus, by the way. Yeah.
It's also a truck. It's not even a bus. It's a truck.
It's a truck. Yeah. Damn, I can't find it. I will go through later, chat, and I will put it in. I will put it in my Discord server if you're interested. I'm gonna find it later. Yeah, TikTok, man. We haven't gone off. We haven't gone off to a good start with TikTok. Haven't really. But you know what? Fajardi was talking about this. So if I end up doing a second channel for like shorts, it's not gonna be to make any money. Shorts don't make money. It'll just be marketing, some extra growth here and there. I would then take those shorts we make and throw them onto a TikTok just for the sake of it, for some other exposure. But Revive's muted, by the way. You can say something. Revive. Oh, there you go. Go ahead.
No, sorry. No, my bad. Sorry. No.
Zazu put something funny in the chat. He said, I'm going to rip that chaos render and put it in a TikTok and say Jason returned to continue the chaos story in the next map of the Library of Alexandria.
I actually saw a comment that said that Blundell's returned for the Deviation Studios to make a new chaos continuation. I'm like, huh? Where's that going to work? What were you going to say, Revive? You were saying you got muted, though. What were you going to say? Is he muted?
Sorry,
no, go ahead.
My bad. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry, no, my bad. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, speaking of chaos, I did make a video the other day talking about what happened with chaos, what the future holds for it. If you guys are interested in that video, it's over on my channel. But hey, it feels good to be back, chat. It feels good to be back home to produce some content for you guys. Got a big week ahead of us. I have a video that I want to put out tonight. I'm probably going to save it for tomorrow morning. A bit of an experiment. Post the video early Saturday morning and see how it does for you guys. See if anybody checks it out. I'm going to dinner tonight, so I will be leaving in the next couple of minutes. But yeah, any other last words in chat or Fajardi Revived? Any other things I should cover real quick? Anything else?
I mean, relating to the...
any of the topics or TikTok.
Or just what Zazu just said relating to the chaos render. I just want to say on the podcast that got 400 likes, so... big bless. Thank you, everybody, if you liked it.
Yeah. We didn't have a time lapse this week, but hopefully we get one next week. I know Fajardi is itching for some brand new models for season 4.
Oh my god.
Woo,
I'm gonna
baby.
Yeah. Model drope.
Oh man, chat. And like I said, I think somebody earlier was like, what's up with the ego? And I'm like, there's no ego, man. We're just proud of what we're doing. We're happy. We love the community. We love the people that support this channel, support our Discord. There's no ego. We're not better than anybody else. No one's above anybody else. We just love what we're doing here. We love the game right now. We're making the most of the time we have left. With Black Ops Cold War, season 4 is looking sharp. Cannot wait for the upcoming season. What about weapons? We talked about weapons a little bit. Sepme assault rifle, a melee LMG, the nail gun. Ooh, nail gun's coming out.
The Kiparis SMG from BO1.
I used to call it the Caprice. Am I saying it wrong? Kiparis? What the fuck?
Maybe I'm saying it wrong. I'm stupid.
Well, we were both apparently saying Xenia wrong for how many months. So I don't know what's up with Xenia. I don't know. Who fucking cares, man? It's like it's not a big deal.
At least Bulldozer showed up in a new cutscene today. I mean, I haven't seen Xena in season 1.
I'm going to say Xenia's dead, but yeah, Bulldozer popped up. Yeah, nail gun chat. By the way, quick reminder. Again, another thing that Cold War does better. Black Ops 3 and 4 had DLC weapons that weren't usable in zombies. Or BO3. BO4 had all of them available. I'm wrong. BO4 had melee weapons you couldn't use in zombies. So Cold War is the first iteration of Black Ops where you can use everything you want, DLC-wise, in any mode you want. So nail gun... ton of fun in Black Ops 3. I have so many memories in Black Ops 3 running that in SND, piss people off. People were raging. Come on, you motherfucker. Like when I was knocking out with the nail gun and shit. People got mad. So first time we use it in zombies coming up in season 4, June the 17th. As a reminder, plenty of content dropping this weekend on the channel and leading up to season 4. I'll be live on Wednesday with the countdown to the upcoming season. And we'll be live for as long as possible with all the new content. But hopefully we don't get too invested into the second Outbreak quest where we lose some sleep, but I'm pretty sure a podcast should be live next Friday as well, kind of reviewing everything that drops for season 4, including the second Outbreak quest. Still debating, should I stream the Outbreak quest hunt? Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. I didn't do a guide for the first Outbreak quest. I was like, it was crazy, man. Things were buggy, kept disconnecting, kept having issues, but we'll see what I do with zombies coverage. Yep. But lots to look forward to. New kill streak, new multiplayer maps, hopefully new modes. We got new point of interest in Warzone. I am super hyped for the season, man. I think the season's keep getting better. I don't know. That's the way I see it.
One last thing.
Monday,
Revive.
What's up?
Is your Twitch Revivegamer X? Is that the Twitch?
Yeah, that's my Twitch.
Well, yeah.
Are you stream? How often do you stream on Twitch?
Here you go. I just put his Twitch in the chat. Make sure you guys go follow that. He does a podcast as well. So
hey, I was gonna say quick plug in the Random Fucks podcast. PHUCKS. Clever name for a podcast, man. I gotta tune in. I gotta tune in and catch up on some of those podcasts. Who's with you on that again?
That's like me, Zazu, Perka, Xbox, a couple of the
awesome
lads,
people,
dude.
man.
We do some fun stuff there too. But thank you, dude. Thank you guys for that.
Thank
you guys for having me on too.
Hey, man, we'll do it again. Yeah, chat. Also, a quick announcement too. Episode 15, I believe, will mark the start of season 2 for this podcast. A little thumbnail revamp. A couple of weeks from now. And we will start doing, I think, with season 2 as well. We're gonna try to get some bigger guests on. I do have a couple in mind. MJ Crazer Stitch is gonna come on soon. I definitely love to get in contact with JC. I think him and I have a lot in common in terms of going to school and finding our way, finding our path in life. I'd love to have him on.
That'd be huge.
That'd be huge, man. I think JC's one of the more wholesome creators who was around zombies that is able to appreciate all of what Call of Duty's doing, tries Warzone out, respects other people's opinions. I've never seen him in any beef or any bullshit. I mean, I respect him probably almost more than anybody I've seen in the Call of Duty scene. Hopefully have him on. Hey, if Blundell can come on one day, that'd be fucking crazy. Deviation Games, that'd be awesome. But, I'm interested in Craig Houston, man. Imagine having him on. Dave Anthony, who wrote Black Ops 1 and 2, is that Deviation now? So many people at Treyarch I want to talk to one day. And, luckily, a couple of Treyarch devs have tweeted me recently, and I'm like, I'm gonna try to, ask them, if they have the capability of ever coming out and talk about, little things with their development. I love to see their progress with, the art they do with the weapons, the maps, the cutscenes. I love to talk more about their process, especially working from home, working on Black Ops Cold War. So definitely working on getting more guests like that in season 2, a little bigger guest, and also some more members only exclusivity for some guests on the podcast as well, right? The produce premise members on the channel can get some opportunity to be on the podcast too. So yeah, lots of plans on the way for this podcast. We aren't going anywhere. This will be available on all major audio platforms, iTunes, Spotify, and a bunch of others you probably haven't heard of before. And this will be available to rewatch in the public Bombcast playlist over on my channel. But that is about it, everybody. Really appreciate Revive for coming on. We'll have him on again at some point soon. And
yes, sir.
We will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.